Today I want to show you our
Good evening, gamers. Welcome back. How's everyone doing? Thanks so much for tuning in. My name's Mikey. Welcome to the Friday show. Normally game night. However, we're currently going through a little bit of a changeover with like studios and stuff like that. I.e. Sanctuary's a bit of a mess because we've been painting last week. So tonight we're going to talk about the old world. Again. I know. Again. But I wanted to talk about getting my teeth into this game. And I wanted to go through the Tomb King's book, or the Tomb King's supplements, etc. And kind of work out exactly how they're going to play in the old world. So to do that, we're going to hang out and we're going to work out the pros and cons of playing Tomb Kings and how they're going to look on the battlefield. Well, where's the enthusiasm? It's Friday night, bro. There's loads of enthusiasm. It's Friday night, but it's not Monday, you know? It's later as well. I don't want to shout too loud. Tomb King, Boomer Kings, we want orcs. Orcs cringe. Orcs don't even have an army. So yeah, so we're going to be talking all about the old world this evening. I've obviously just put out a video talking about 3D printing with the old world. If you haven't seen that already, I do recommend adding it to watch later. But I've just put out a bunch of STLs for members. And then if you don't have a 3D printer, I've actually just put them all on my store as well. So if you want some bases, some movement trays, some extensions, some conversion trays and stuff, I've just put them all on the web store. So fingers crossed, we might make a sale. Fingers crossed. We might make a single sale. That would be cool. Maybe one sale during this stream. If you don't want any of that, you can support the channel by becoming a member. That's the best way to support me. You can become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. But yeah, tonight's going to be a little bit about the old world, talking about, again, getting your teeth into an army. But otherwise, if you haven't tuned into a stream before, I'd like to say hello to my chat and have a natter with them first. So welcome. Have I ironed my t-shirt? No, I haven't, as you can see. As you can see, doing great. I actually took it off to eat my food, just in case, and then I put it back on and found a small coffee stain. Ironic on the coffee time logo. But what faction are people most excited about? It sounds like orcs, but spam the faction you're interested in playing in the old world in chat. That's where the super chats are at. Okay, I'll only answer Steve's questions about orcs via super chats. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I do love some orcs, to be fair. Orcs are always a fun one to play. It's interesting that they've got the lore of War, or the lore of orcs in the main rulebook, but then Chaos have their own lore in the Ravening Hordes book. It's interesting. Dwarf Stronghold for me if I started. Dwarves do look fun. Dwarves do look fun because they've got their little tanky units, but then they've got the backline cannons as well, which is really cool. Really, really cool. Hey Kev the Stab, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well too. I'm doing alright. I've got the Brett's box, so I'm also thinking orcs or high elves. I used to have high elves because I got the Island of Blood set a long time ago, and them Swordmasters are so cool. I don't know if I have a picture. Shall I see if I can find a picture of my old high elves? And then find what year I painted it. Let me have a quick look. I have a separate folder of models, so it'll be the earliest model on there. Oh shit. 2012. Look at that bad boy. 2012. 8th of the 8th, 2012. I got my High Elf Swordmasters, baby. I'm OG Fantasy. Look at them. I was so chuffed with them. I was so chuffed. It was base coat all over brown wash. and then highlighted it back up again. Oh man, I'm so old. I'm so old. I'm such a boomer. 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Oh shit. Look at them. Should I post them on? I'll post them on Twitter. Maybe. Do I even know my fantasy there? I don't think I do. That's probably all I painted for my Island of Blood. I think I painted the eagle and that was it. Not even the rider from Island of Blood. Hey, Steve, thanks for the super chat.
Kings, boomer kings. Satire already died once. Tell me what orcs died that are still alive? None. You know what's better than a dead skelly? Nothing, cause they're already dead. Dead army, dead steam.
I presume you mean dead stream. Thank you for the 10, Steve. Really appreciate it. Listen. It's so good because when orcs die, they're dead. When skeletons die, you bring them back. That's sick. That's super epic. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Do you know what orcs can't do? Come back from the dead. You know why? Cringe. Because they're cringe. Okay, let me post it. I'm going live. I am live with these pictures. Why not? I may as well. I like how I've got like 4 pictures of the same thing. We'll put that one and that one. I'm live trying to learn this silly game. I can't spell. What is it? Is it beep youtube.com/Hellstormwargaming/live. I think that works. I'm live trying to learn this silly game. That'll do. 2012, baby. Did that work? Oh shit, that's me. That's me. I just did that. There we go. What a great time. What a great time to be alive. But again, Steve, thanks so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it, buddy. I was like 20 years old. How old was I in 2012? Oh god, that was 12 years ago. So I was 18. That makes me feel very old. I was 18, mercenary, so we're a very similar age, aren't we? They look neat. Thank you. I was so happy with them. And then that was around the same time I painted that guy. He was cool. I was chuffed with him. He is shit. But I airbrushed it, so I was really happy. And then I washed it all over with blue. And then I spent like 5 years painting the gold with Balthazar gold. But the Balthazar gold was really bad. What else do I have then? I have lots of random pictures from that time. I have this. This is on the 9th of October 2013. Me and my friend Alex, you might remember Barnsley Alex on the channel a few times, with my Destroyer Lord, with the war scythe backwards, who fought Eldrad and beat him. Oh, what a great time. What else have we got? My old Necron army that I was paid for Warhammer World. Ah, cute. Still got that Imotech. Still got that Trazin. Don't have anything else though. Ah, what a great time. Look at the Necron warriors that don't fit on bases. That was so funny. They used to sell us. We used to think this was okay. Look at the feet. The feet aren't even touching the base. They're literally hanging off the edge. That's so funny. Well, do I have anything else? I have loads of old pictures. It's just quite funny that I don't think I have any other fantasy though. I don't think I have any other fantasy. No. None. Because it goes from 2015 to 2019, because that's clearly where I stopped playing again. I have this, one of my old Space Marine rhinos, where because I was dry brushing the bone, I was like, I'm gonna mask it. This is a great idea. And it was. Oh, what a great time. What a great time. Anyway. It's all about nostalgia. Nostalgia Fridays, that's what we should call it. Why not? Nostalgia Fridays. Have you broken the Tomb Kings yet? I don't think so, to be honest. I think I have like a much shallower understanding of the game to be able to break it like I would 40k. And I don't think the vibe is right to break it either. Not that I wouldn't, I just don't think people are looking for that sort of idea when they come to play Old World. I think they just want to put some stuff down and shove it around, you know? On my new movement trays that are available at Hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop. What a great segue. What a great segue. If you go to the shop right now, you can buy yourself some bases. You can get, if you go to shop and then go to gaming accessories, bases, base extenders, conversion trays, round conversion trays, and movement trays, okay? Just letting you know, they are all available right now. They are made to order, but if you want to grab some, now's the time. Let's make one sale of movement trays. That would be very cool. Yeah. Anyway. Did I have Lighting Guard? No, I had the Island of Blood box set, and that was it. I wonder if they'll bring it back as like a little starter set. Island of Blood, Warhammer. I think they would be mad not to bring this back. Oh my god, I just clicked spiky bits. Anyway, let's try again. I wanted this, but the LD pictures is Mengel miniatures. Oh, they did do it on round bases, didn't they? That would be crazy. That would be crazy not to bring this back. God, I mean, there we go. Oh my god. I will buy this in a heartbeat. Just, look, nostalgia gets me too, okay? Nostalgia gets me too. I just want a picture of the fucking models in the box. Ah! I'm going to click spiky bits. Ah! That one, there we go. That's not... Oh my god, it's like 4 pixels. Open image in these. God damn it. Does money for the bases go into the stripper pole fund? There isn't a stripper pole fund. There is a tattoo fund though. 1,000 members, but we are miles away yet. We are miles away. We are like 300 odd members. We lost loads because of Christmas. Whenever I have a choice of fantasy race, it's dwarves. Dwarves are fun. I think dwarves are cool. I had a quick flick through their rules. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to sit here and say what's good. I think they look pretty fun. Like the unit options they have look pretty cool. So, but this set is so good. So I was playing Tomb Kings, but I was like, I always lost the high elves, and I was like, this eagle is cool. I still have the base for this eagle, I think. I don't know where the models are. I think I probably sold the models. But the Sea Guard was super cool. You got the 10 Sword Masters. You got this wizard that was using 9 million conversions from then on in 40k and fantasy, which is super sick. And then you got the 5, I can't remember what these are called. 5 Sea Riders. The only model I wasn't keen on was the Mage. I think the Mage was just used by everybody, so everyone got fed up with it. But it was such a good set. And then obviously you got the Skaven as well. You got like, these are all really still relevant. They still sell these, you know. These are all very relevant. They just stopped selling these. I'd be surprised if they didn't do like a Spire of Dawn, whatever they called it, fantasy starter box. Even if they just went, here's some mini start collecting things. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be very cool. Look at mini wargaming. Who's that? This is what comes up when you search Island of Blood. Who is this? That's how long ago it was. When was this video? 13 years ago. 2010 to 14 years ago. Who is that?
Talking you through the Island of Blood miniatures and how I painted them up. So I started with a gray spray paint, much like Codex Gray.
He's not from Mini Wargaming anymore.
Maybe even closer.
Does it say his name? No. Click the link above. Dead link. Oh no, it was to their store. Okay. Not a completely dead link anymore. Click on the link above to get your Warhammer Fantasy Island of Blood High Elves. And click on the link above to get your Warhammer Fantasy High Elves. Is it Jay? I don't know.
To the Misty Gray Reaper
I don't
paint.
know who this is.
So I started
I wasn't
with
watching Mini Wargaming 13 years ago.
gray base.
No
and
one
I
was.
highlighted with mithril silver on all of the silver bits. So these guys have lots of chainmail.
All the silver, there's highlighted silver on the silver bits. Is it a 7-minute video just spinning?
Did a Devil and Mud wash, and then I highlighted it with Palomino gold, and then the next one up in the triad.
13 years ago, it was okay to just unedited
awesome for doing
turntable
very fast. All you
of
do
some
is
models.
the base coat, the Devil and Mud wash, and then you just do edge highlights with the Palomino gold, and then the highlight, just the super edge highlights as sharp as you can make them with the next one up in the triad. Other colors on here.
Wow. This is peak content. No hate to him, obviously, but just like, it's just quite funny to look at videos that are still available. And it's just like, oh my god, the quality's fine. The quality's fine. It's better than what a lot of people are doing, but it's just like a 6-minute ramble.
Now the
unedited
Griffin,
footage with a turntable.
on him. I used
those colours don't pop.
Technique.
It's because everyone was obsessed with washing everything all over and then calling it a day. That's why. They've been washed brown all over.
The triad.
The colours are fine.
Other colours on here. The cloaks and all that, they look white in all the Games Workshop stuff. But
plus the camera is like, it's very washed out because it's very old, but yeah, still.
White is never really.
It's just like a 6-minute ramble about.
Does
you say what these are called?
Use the painted on there, the lots of texture. It ends up looking like a bit of a different.
What's the
color.
music?
For the bases and all these guys, I used just the GW sand, painted it up with scorched brown.
I'm scared.
Dry brushed it a little bit with the Bestial brown, and added some static grass just here and there to add some variation. Used the GW modular base.
Those models do hold up though. Those models do hold up, I think.
To do all the movement.
Or is that because I've been looking at Toon Kings all week? I've been looking at Toon Kings exclusively for 2 weeks. I'm like, these models are like the best models that Games Workshop make.
Fast. The high elves take a little bit longer than the Skaven because you have to be a bit more exact with the colors. The blues and all that, you don't want those overlapping, whereas with the Skaven you can kind of be a bit more sloppy. And
I want those highlights. They're nice models.
Metallic gold, if you use the Reaper ones,
these are really good as well, because
really
I don't know if they ever made
GW
great
ones
swords in plastic outside of these. They might have done, I don't remember. But these are like the first plastic
base
ones.
coat, or the Idean Dark Sun, Bata
Maybe
Black,
Seaguard as well, but I don't know if they were made.
Try that again. Devlin Mud, Shade.
Look at any fancy card, then look at the Blood Knights and Cities of Sigmar. Now, the Illyrian Riders or Elysian Riders, or whatever they're called, elite best models in the best models Games Workshop ever produced. Okay, best models Games Workshop ever produced. Don't ever question them otherwise. Don't ever question them. No, that's quite funny. Or if there's any other random videos that get Peyton's Skaven. He said he was going to be sloppy. The thumbnail as well. Is that the thumbnail? God, people in YouTube 13 years ago just did not care. Very nice as always. Dislike. Can you imagine getting a notification? Your comment from 12 years ago has received a dislike. That would be very funny. That would be very funny. Island of Blood box contents. Blood box contents. Who's this? Battle Bunker TV. It's so funny watching like these videos, because like these will start getting recommended to you if you watch enough old world content and people start talking about Warhammer Fantasy, start searching like high elves and stuff. These videos are going to get recommended to you, which is very funny.
Michael at the Battle Bunker, how you doing? Going to go through today this copy of Island of Blood. This is the new Warhammer Fantasy Battle Core set.
Again,
we've just got our
no offense to anyone I am watching, but it's just quite funny looking at really old quality content.
Have a look at what models the set's got.
Sigmar players don't remember, they don't.
So we've already started assembling some of this
I
stuff.
recommended one of your streams from 3 years ago. You were recommended, or you recommended it to someone else? If you recommended it to someone else, why? If you were recommended, what was it?
Yesterday, trying to get ready to paint. This is an example of one of the sprues. Unfortunately, I have about half the stuff
one
gone
model
already. So this has still got some of the high elves on it. So you can see
he survived COVID, definitely. Look at that. classic starter set. Just one-piece models. Don't even glue anything on. Just clip it out, bang it on the base, and slap that bitch on the table. Okay? That's what we say. That's what Island of Blood really said.
core set. They're good poses for fantasy. They're really nice models. They are
Painting and Fighting
multi-part.
Wars. I don't even remember what that was. I have no idea. Stream titles aren't very descriptive. Yeah, what if he's dead? I don't know if he is. He's probably fine. Please tell me he's still loading. He's not still loading. He's not loading in 12 years. Who are these people? What if he is dead? Oh, that would be really... New Tomb Kings and Games Workshop. Let's go. Let's go, baby. New Tomb Kings and Games Workshop.
G'day everyone, Viv here from Battle Bunker.
That's Viv.
I'm Matt. That's Scott.
That's
Oh,
Viv.
that was their video quality. The rendering clearly failed.
G'day everyone, Viv here from Battle Bunker.
That's Viv.
I'm Matt. That's Scott.
That's Viv.
Introductions done. I'm Viv. This is Scott and Matt.
We've got a black box.
Black box, new black box, Tomb Kings black box.
Matt, no one wants to hear about your hygiene problems.
They do, because they're Australian. They can't afford new Tomb Kings. And they remember opening the new Tomb Kings back in the day.
So we thought we'd rip her open and see sort of...
I reckon there's squads in there.
I'm sure
What's in
lots
his
of people have
box?
seen all the footage on the Games Workshop websites, various forums and whatnot of the new models.
I'd love to know what he's got,
Battle
but because the
Bunker
quality
TV.
is so bad, I can't tell.
Yeah, so this just came in today, so we thought we had to get it down. Two things in here, it looks like. No army book to tell us anything about the new Tomb Kings, so we have three gamers who know very little about Tomb Kings trying to show you about Tomb Kings. Should be an interesting video.
I wonder, is this a shop? Good day, everyone. Models are released in May. Yes, I think this must be a shop that's got like previews.
So,
And then
first
obviously
couple
people
of
start
sets of
making YouTube
sprues,
channels.
Tomb Kings Temrian War Sphinx.
That looks like this thing.
So
The War Sphinx.
Yes.
Look at that.
No?
This is it. Two big sprues. Obviously it's got the massive body. I don't know what...
Two
It's got a
ways.
big cat head here.
Can be either the War Sphinx, which carries undead, or the. There was another one.
Let's
The
have a
stream
look.
recommended
So-
from 3 to me was painting fruit flies and building Necrons. That was clearly when I was building the new Necrons and painting probably Plague Bearer flies or Nurgle flies at the time. I hope you clicked on the stream, watched it all the way through, and liked it, by the way. Left a nice comment and left a super thanks, but did you know you didn't?
Something
You just
else.
laughed.
Matt doesn't play fantasy, so we have to take everything he says with a grain of salt. But
Yeah, I know more than you guys.
Oh, they're doing closer to the new
of all
sprues.
the new
Look.
big things that have come out, like the
It's like
the healthy
every
one.
it's like every YouTuber these days still doing the same thing. Opening a box and getting a close up of the sprues.
Nation.
I would
Is that
never,
correct?
chat.
No,
I
is
would
that on a bigger
never.
base?
No,
Very
no,
confusing.
they're Hellpit Abominations on a chariot base. So I guess,
Look at
I
that.
don't know.
The
But to me
new-
it just looks like a big
new
model.
wall sphinx. Can't
Looking
believe
at the
these guys
sprues
got
right
it
now,
12 years
the
old.
body section of
So-
the
Size of Matt's head.
of the Sphinx is huge.
It's literally, what do I have to do to get Kemrian War Sphinx 12 years early and also actually get one? Please, for the love of God.
Now Matt's got a pretty big head,
He
man.
does. That's true.
So
Half
detail
the size
wise,
of my head.
I mean, as with everything coming out from Games Workshop at the moment,
It's pretty amazing.
there's lots of detail on here.
What's the
Skulls
base
galore
design?
all over.
Why is there a split in the base? What did we miss? Did they break the base?
You switch the camera on. The only bases that came in the black box were chariot bases. Now, these three of these will obviously be for those weird snake riders, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So obviously this guy's got to go on a chariot
Yeah,
base.
it's pretty
Like
small.
the snake
it's
guys as
pretty
well.
small.
It's bizarre.
Did they just send you the Star Box? Yeah.
Thought
Does
it
the
would have
Stegadon
had
go on a
some
chariot
spider.
base?
Yeah, actually,
No, that is the worst.
Yeah, thumbs up and comment if you want the gash.
So you get an
Oh,
shit, they got a Tomb
awesome
King,
Tomb
look.
King photo
It's like
figure.
it's literally like watching any
Leader-
YouTube video now. It's very funny.
There's
You got three.
Oh my god, they got the Sepulchral Stalkers.
look
They're not
really
even out
cute.
yet.
so far the Transformers when they had like
I'm going.
It's just weird looking.
I'm inclined to.
My brain was honking out there. It was giving up. How wild. How wild though. Just to see we're gonna just see a resurgence of all of this You know? We're going to see a resurgence of everybody making a video about these really old models that everyone had 12 years ago. And I'm one of them. I'm one of them. Soon, anyway. Probably next week, I think. I wanted it to be out this week, but it's probably going to be next week. And some people lit on fire. They did set some stuff on fire. Very funny times. Very, very funny. One Piece models are sick. I think they're okay to start with. I think they're a bit a pain in the ass otherwise. I love single piece fantasy models no fucking around. They're awful. A lot of the time they're awful. Like those great swords are probably okay, but a lot of the time they're really bad. In the old Slapshot, you could have 2k army every week. To be fair, you could definitely fucking dry brush single piece models so easily because there's no chance of them breaking. That's the plus side of single piece models, is them breaking goes very, very slim. $25 mil on most 40k minis would cringe. Yeah, I don't know why 32 mil just makes everything look better. And so does like 25 mil squared. You know, I think 25 mil squares just make everything look better as well. I don't know why. Is it because they don't look big? They're not bigger. They're not higher. They just take up more space. There's more sand around it. And I'm like, that's fire. I'm like, this is actually legit. This is legitness. That's what I'll say. Need 2-piece minis. Second edition 4K Space Crusade Marine. Speaking of Space Crusade, I'm still looking for some Gene Stealers and some Space Hogs. And a couple of Chaos Marines. Everyone's got any. There was an article I wanted to read. They get to fit in a scene. You did fit anyway. Right? They always fit. They're just like tight. They struggle to rank up, granted, but if you built them right, they were okay. The bigger base now means you're less likely to build them badly to rank. I think that's the only real benefit. You know? Read the article, it's about orcs. It's about Twitter orcs. Anyway, yeah, let's read this article. It's about Twitter, okay? You all know me. Then we'll talk about fantasy again. We'll go back to fantasy. We're going to talk about female Space Marines, okay? We're going to talk about female Space Marines because we have to. It's that time of night. There's an article on wargaming.com that's been published today talking about female Space Marines and Twitter discourse. If you don't use Twitter, you probably don't realise. But there's a lot of right-wing chuds on Twitter. You know? To a point where fucking Arch is always out in force on Twitter. And people like retweet him and talk about him. It's like, no, why you block this guy? He openly said the N-word and protected his paedophilic moderators. Okay? He's a prick. He's actually a prick. And he's so annoying. His fake accent is so cringe. It is so cringe. How can any self-respecting human do such a stupid accent when you're from Norway? Shut up. Anyway, there's an article. Okay. They said, here's the one before KT served hot. Female Space Marines don't matter, but by staying silent on them, GW is giving tactic support to the absolute worst people in the Warhammer community, and it has to stop. And a new long read by our editor. Juggling on Natsins just makes these words, just ignore them. I mean, yeah, literally just block them, but here we are. So this is by Alex Evans. Got a lot of time for Alex. I'm interested to see how long this article is. Oh, it is a long article. Oh shit, it's a very long article. We need to do it, chat. Do we do this or do we save it? This is a very long article. I think we do it. Let's have a look. There's something wrong in the state of Warhammer 40k. Easing of Games Workshops. Resuming. Even as Games Workshop's most successful creation continues to grow, recruiting new fans and breaking sales records left, right, and centre, it still suffers from an old wound that refuses to heal and reopens every few months to gut foul, toxified blood once again. If you ever spent more than 5 minutes in Warhammer 40k's online communities, especially Twitter, especially within the last few months, you won't need me to tell you that this open, festering wound is gender. Specifically, it's manifesting in the question of whether Games Workshop should introduce female Space Marines into official 40k canon. Now, my personal opinion about female Space Marines is if people want them, they want them. If they don't want them, why? I think most of the time it literally makes no difference to me because I'm a white man. But if it means something to someone else, then that's probably important. And if you're against wanting them, like a lot of the time your reasons are just go work, go broke, or political agenda, or anything of the above. There's never really like a good reason to say, nah, that probably shouldn't happen. Especially because like law is just like made up to sell stuff a lot of the time, or like 99.999% of the time. Is that like law is designed to make you want to buy things. That's why there's Horus Heresy books. There's a Black Library. That's why there's stuff in the Codex. Okay, makes you go, oh, that's cool. I want to buy more. Okay, that's all it's there for. And people will like worry and like not worry, like get butthurt about things changing. Don't realize it's all just a big marketing scam. Okay, not even a scam. Something by the Map Pack reference. Excellent. I'm worried about how you shove it in without either big retcon or some really janky flufferys. The Primaris was a solid point though, so that's a shame. That's the thing, it's like Primaris was like shoved in, okay? People say they manage it well, people say they don't. They just shove Primaris in. There's literally no reason why they can't shove anything else in, you know? A bit of background, during 40k's formative years, the late 80s and 90s, GW didn't feel the need to market to women by including them in its #1 favourite army, and women fans weren't in much of a position to tell GW they want to be included. So the game's power armor poster children stayed exclusive to big beefy boys. And that's the thing, they used to sell female Space Marines, but they didn't sell very well, so they took them from the market. But now in like in an age where like nerd stuff is way more common, way more accepted, and more people realize that they can do anything they want and they don't need to be judged by it. Like if girls were interested in Warhammer, that's a boy thing. They should be playing with Barbies 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Now no one cares. You do what you want. So like, I feel like now's a good time if they wanted to do it, which they probably should want to do it, is probably to do it, you know? Not make a big song, well, maybe make a bit of a song and dance about it, but not like, oh, all the men Space Marines are dead, now it's only women. That would obviously be ridiculous. I don't see any reason why they couldn't just go, oh yeah, there's some women knocking about as well. You know, like they did with Stormcast. Stormcast is a great example of like just having like full representation, either being there or not really being there, but it ultimately doesn't matter because it's all there. It's like not a big deal, you know? The thing is anything to do with lore. And any new edition of anything is just going to put in any new edition of anything is going to just put in, otherwise it stays stagnant and doesn't evolve. Yeah, exactly. With the way that like the game is constantly evolving, like changing the lore is probably okay. Even if they just went now we can make female Space Marines, like today in the lore of Warhammer 40k. Not that they've always been able to do it, they've been hiding. It's just like now Belisarius Call is like, actually, yeah, women are probably cool too. You know, people go on so much about the laws if it wasn't something made up on the fly by people working to a deadline. Quite literally, yeah. A lot of chuds like don't realize the satire-ness of the law and how it is loads of like anti-capitalist, socialists, students who were making Warhammer lore and were just fucked off at everything that was happening, and then they just went fuck this and we're just going to parody it all, you know. Today, after 36 years of self-reinforcing lore inertia and corporate risk aversion, Space Marines are still front and centre of every major 40k product, and they're still 100% men. Naturally, some fans already build their own female Space Marines at home and with third-party components, which is awesome, and headcanonings forever, but in official models, Warhammer 40k books and 40k games, all Space Marines are male. Some folks want to change that, mostly so female fans feel more represented, which I totally agree with. Others really, really seriously don't want it changed, and they're oh so keen to make sure everyone knows it. And usually the people who come in and defend this are just like people who only read Wikipedia. A lot of the time, a lot of the arguments I see anyway, it's probably like very skewed, obviously. Everything I say and everything that I'm giving as opinion is going to be skewed because it's only from my personal experience. But from my personal experience, everyone who is desperate to tell you that they shouldn't change the law are people who don't really engage with a lot of the Warhammer hobby, and they only engage with the online Wikipedia/lore video hobby, which is a hobby in itself, but it's kind of like you only care about one aspect and you can just chill with that aspect, you know. Do I think we should have female Space Marines? No, I don't. Do I really care if you release female Space Marines? No, I don't. Man, that's like a fine opinion to have, in my opinion. Like, what's your favourite setting with mixed gender super soldiers? Halo. Don't turn on the back music, my apologies. Halos are like a great example of how you can like have mixed gender, mixed race super soldiers, as they're all super soldiers, you know. I literally have, I don't know if you can see. You probably can't, but there, you might have seen in the past, I have the Halo Reach statue with all of them, you know? And like, that's like, even without even like considering it, I've like never thought about this before, but that is like the perfect representation of multiple race and gender as super soldiers. And it's been there the entire time. You know? Right? It's just like, I never even consider that. Because obviously like, you got George and Emil, who are obviously like not typical American Spartan, even though none of them American, but you know what I mean. And then you got Kat, and then you got like Carter and stuff like that. It's like very much like I never really considered it as like a big representation of just like, if that can happen, why can't anything else happen, right? Then trans sister battle will be needed. Not really, I don't think. I mean, you could, and that'd be fine, but I don't think unless someone, or less people like feeling like they must have a representation of trans people in sister battle. I don't think that's really needed, because if you are male or female presenting, then if you've got something you can look at, such as a sister of battle or a space breed or a female space breed, you know, like it's all there for you, you know. It's like, that's okay, because like whatever you are presenting as, you probably want to see that, but maybe as a trans person, you might want to see trans miniatures on the battlefield. Nothing wrong with that. I'd be fine, you know. But I'm like a cis white male, so I don't know if that's what people want. But I don't see why that couldn't happen. That'll be totally fine. What difference would it make, you know? Except for the fact that maybe miniatures would be harshly judged if they did make trans miniatures, because they might emphasize features that people would probably not want to present or like want to be known for, I guess, due to body dysmorphia and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think you need a unique model to represent trans person. I don't think so, but I'm also not a trans person, so if they think they should need one or want one, then that's up to them, you know. And if they do, what difference does it make? If you really don't want one, why don't buy it? You know. We got trans representation with Slash already. That's really a really dumb take. Don't be dumb. Anyway. Living in these spaces every day, I admit I'm so tired of the whole damn business. It's mostly, I just hoped it'll go away. But then I remember two things. First thing, neutral is always a vote for the status quo, which currently is a cesspit of build. And second, for when you turn your back on cesspits, unpleasant things start to grow out from them. No, that's true. Most people wanting to change do not have the game interest at heart. It's about breaking the club. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think that's what a lot of people like to think it is when they are against stuff like this. But a lot of the time, people just want the thing to be welcoming to them, you know? And when things are less than welcoming, and then people enforce the less than welcoming to make them feel more excluded for no reason other than they're different or they've made a suggestion or they have an opinion, it's really dumb. Great name, cringe indeed, Decknell. Why does this get discussed? I find it completely pointless. The reason it gets discussed and you find it pointless is because it's not affecting you. What you have to remember, there's a lot of people who play Warhammer and a lot of people who get pushed out of Warhammer because they're different. And having something that you can enjoy whilst not having ammunition that can push you out is probably better for everybody. You know, as I said, I'm a white dude. I'm represented everywhere. I imagine from the reason you think it's pointless is you are as well. You know. And you don't care because it doesn't affect you. But imagine if you were someone else. You know? Put yourself in someone else's shoes for 5 minutes and try and realise why it might be an issue. Anyway. So it's time we had a little chat about this whole sorry situation. What's going on, why it sucks, and why it matters, and what's to be done about it. Strap in, Nez. It's going to be a long and bumpy ride. Oh, we really just got through the first bit. Don't mention the G word. Before we get started, it's worth remarking, with some regret, how hesitant I was to even broach this subject in print. Not because it's not important or appropriate, mind you. Politics, including gender politics, are everywhere in fiction because they permeate every facet of human existence in the world, including our hobbies, games, and stories, whether you want to them or not. At the risk of stating the obvious, anyone who berates you for trying to insert politics into their hobby is either woefully uninformed, which, chat, some of you are starting to talk about that. You know, you're starting to sound like this. Dogmatically ignorant, cynically pushing their own politics under the guise of apolitical gatekeeping, or else some combination of those three. Some people deserve your sympathy and support because they're probably going through some stuff, but their views don't amount to a hill of beans. Now, I'd usually avoid it because it feels like constructive discussion on the matter is simply ground to an intractable halt, which is very true. Every time you bring these things up, it just ends up in like the same circle all the time. Just like, why won't they bother? Go woke. It's just always the same. It's just really shit. In 2024, meaningful discourse about gender in Warhammer 40k spaces is almost entirely drowned out by the never-ending bad faith arguments about female spray rooms. It's going on for years. It's exhausting. It's dispiriting. It's been so boring. Yeah, true. Like he's not represented in anime. It's true. I'm not in anime actually. Also, Decknell, true. Perfect example of how this hobby can do better is there was a professional female painter who got a comment on something to the effect of just show off the model and don't be a cam girl. Yeah, I don't feel like hashtag Faces of Warhammer, yeah. People just being really misogynist for no reason. If it doesn't affect you, move on, be happy for others finding their place in the hobby. I agree. Ultimately, it doesn't affect me, but it'd be nice if other people felt more welcoming. Didn't see if I didn't read your comment, show me fat, so shut up. You know? It's a shame, really. One at a time, the debates around gender in Warhammer 40k were, if not drastically more intelligent and courteous, at least more varied. I remember explorations of gender roles among soldiers and civilians from all the weird and wonderful Warhammer 40k factions and the imaginative diversity sci-fi allowed for in such things. We considered all the regular human psychology, including gendered psychology, that's buried deep inside Space Marines' heads, sublimated to their warlike programming, but still there, threaded through their personalities. We marked the apparent Astartesian tendency to ponder and discuss baseline human experiences and impulses supposedly expunged from their brains, like love, sex, and family, and we wondered who these transhuman men would be if they ever were allowed to lead a human life of their own. We wondered who the hell Sunesh was, whether he was a he or a she or a they, and why. come to that, we wondered why Slanesh was thought of as having a different gender from the other Chaos Gods at all. These are interesting, meaningful, nerdy questions. Now the chat is all female Space Marines, yeah, no, all the time, and it blows. Some fans argue it to be easily acceptable new idea to fold into 40k's timeline, far from the weirdest things in a setting, that would help move 40k away from feeling like it's still designed for 40-year-old boys, which I think, this is kind of like where I'm at. You know, I think it would be something they could, or just shove in and like, a lot of people wouldn't care. A lot of people would feel more represented, and people who probably don't buy stuff because it's go broke will just say that again. And then it'll probably make more profit. You know? I don't think anyone cares if you were to keep bashing, but this is different. Change the game for a few is silly. Why is it silly? They manufactured an issue. The issue is they're trying to do what they did to Manage the Gathering Warhammer. They manufactured an issue, then used female Space Marine as tourist point to wedge in a false issue or fighting point. Kit bash what you have and what what law, but don't change the hobby to represent 10% of the population. Imagine if all the profits increased by 10%. Maybe a Games Workshop would like that. And also, it might make people feel more welcome. What Magic the Gathering is like one of the best-selling games on the planet, and it's continued to grow big. So, what is the problem? What have they done wrong there? You know, seems odd we decide to leave out 10%. Literally, like from a purely capitalist point, why would they only sell to 90% of the population when they could sell to 100%? You know, 100% of the potential customers or 90%. You know, Magic the Gathering sent the Pinkertons. They did send the Pinkertons. Why shouldn't the game change and adapt to the world around it? Yeah, literally. Like, it's just one of those things that literally makes no difference to the game, makes no difference to your miniature, your personal hobby. And then and then all it does is like in one of the books they go, oh, also she was called this. What difference does that make? Shouldn't a hobby represent the population? I don't have a sick child, but I totally get behind the brand Space Wolf. Yeah, literally. Exactly that, Brian. I think as more people playing the game, surely good representation matters. Women are consumers just as much as men. Why we need to make it harder for them? Yeah, literally. Again, at the end of the day, if Sidley went, oh yeah, some of the Space Marines are girls. Literally all the differences it makes is someone's names is different. The story's still going to be the same. Magic the Gathering is dying. It really hasn't. Magic is like huge. And it's only grown. It's only grown. But yeah, as Detnall said, like, they have like 1,500 crossovers every week. No other fans say that's stupid and wrong. Only boy children can survive the transformation into a Space Marine. It says so in an old lore text I don't own and never read, but I'm sure I saw it quoted somewhere, which is also very true. There are women in other factions. Why do you need to mess with Space Marines? And anyway, if you're so bothered about representation, why don't you go and play Sisters of Battle, which is always so condescending. It's so frustrating seeing that. Learn AI to generate 30 slightly different worded versions of that exact exchange, then post them online and continue to loop for years, and you'll create something remarkably close to what 40k spaces are like at the moment. And they are. It's crazy. It's true that between 40k's, Fantasy 20, Sigma, and their representing spin-offs, Warhammer actually has a lot more great female characters in the miniatures these days than it had in 1987, and some respectable LGBT plus representation too. Modern 40k feels notably less for the straight male gaze and all for the better for it. For some, though, progress in those other areas of the hobby only accentuates the fact that girls are still not allowed in the Space Marine treehouse after decades of missed opportunities for GW to update the made-up rules of its fictional world and let them in. And that's what you have to remember as well. When you don't care and you're like, why would they change the law? You have to remember that it's all made up and no one cares. It's only a few years ago he sadly still had guys in Nazi gear trying to attend Warhammer tournaments, so pissing off that crowd would be a bonus. I mean, yeah, to be fair, Wolver. If we take anything away... The other space really tricky for James Workshop though, because Bud Light backlash from a small vocal demographic started a cancel campaign, which is quite funny because Kid Rock was part of that big cancel campaign, and then like 3 weeks later he got photographed drinking Bud Light. I agree that as humans with basic empathy, we should be able to relate to any character we like, but to see yourself in a game in any way can help to make you feel more part of the community. Exactly, agree. They originally had female Space Marines, then retcon them as they didn't sell. Bring them back would be retconning a retcon, which would also probably be fine. They bring everything back. Personally, like I said, I don't care much either way. I'm not very interested in arguing for or against female Space Marines. As I said, I think I've made my opinion very clear. It's not really for me, and I don't think it makes much difference if it did happen. I think the game would be exactly the same as it is today. The lore, maybe you see some girl names instead. You know, not everyone's going to start shagging because the way that Space Marines are made, they don't care about that. They're just going to be called different stuff. You know, they might even still call each other Battle Brothers. You know, Steven, are you so much the 20? Oh my god!
Gifted members.
Holy shit, bro! 20 gifted. What the fuck, Steve? Well done for bringing this up. Thank you. Well, I mean, thank you for the gifted, but I'm just talking about something, you know, and it's like,
Rejoined.
These are my opinions, and I think it's okay to have these conversations, and I find the conversation very frustrating because it's all it does is it just feeds the fire, and I'm fed up with the fire. I had to watch the PC to do that. That's true. If you do gift a membership or you become a member, do it on a PC, not an iPhone, because you get charged 30% extra. Steve, thanks so much for the 20. That's so kind of you, mate. That's really, really kind.
Member.
Dear Matt D-Lord, quote me some evidence that I can easily Google, you know, that I can easily Google to prove that magic is dying. Find something, find an easy Googleable term, and I will Google it and show you, and I'll have a look. Retconning a retcon, never done that before, quite literally. Yeah, oh look, we need to sell dwarves again. How do we do? Oh, they were there all along. They were there all along. Steve, thanks so much for the 20 gift to me. I really appreciate you. Even if you did call me fat. There are relatively minor discussion point in a bigger conversation about inclusivity and representation in our hobby. On the long list of Warhammer priorities, I'd say they're much less pressing than things like making sure LGBT people feel safe at community events. Literally, this is like the main goal that everyone wants. And if you don't want that, what's wrong with you? So you may well ask, why are we several hundred words into an article about them? Well, this is where things get yucky. Female Space Marines aren't inherently a very big deal. Agreed. But in my estimation, they've been made into a battleground issue by the behavior, motivations, sheer fear of people railing against them. Yeah, this is the big problem. This is a good article. Because you and I both know what happens when fans of fictional things start sharing dangerous notions about updating to make it friendly to more groups of people. Those guys are going to start turning up. Yeah, literally. You can't even like mention it, and then someone who's never tweeted about Warhammer comes in and starts telling you you're wrong, and it's like, who are you? In today's investor call, Hasbro revealed that Magic the Gathering revenue grew 40% year over year in the fourth quarter of 2022 to $263.2 million. And it was up 77% overall to $1 billion. Look up soft pulls and hard pulls on their products. Lord of the Rings had some holiday products. Yeah, but show me where they're losing money. Show me where they're losing money right now, or I'm going to ban you from chat. How about that? Give me one thing to Google where Magic is dying financially, or I'm going to ban you. How about that? Because you are talking out your arse. You got 3 options now. You got 3 options. Show me, and I'll apologize to you. Okay? You apologize, and I'll let it slide. Okay? And I'll say, you know, we all make mistakes. It's okay. Or 3, you double down with no evidence, and I ban you from chat. That's where we're at. Because you're talking dumb. You're talking very dumb. The game is making billions of dollars. You know, Hasbro is making $1 billion, and you're like, it's dying. It's fucking, you know, you can literally buy stocks 5 pence now. Okay, you could buy the company. I could buy the company by cleaning toilets because it's that dead. First time I went to warm shot with my partner, he was shocked at the way we were treated. Associate had all the time and chat for him and acted like I didn't exist. Exactly, Sats. That's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. That's all the same story I hear all the time. I'm sorry that happened. Bollocks, to be honest. Anyway. Using words like inclusivity, representation, or gender draws them to you like hungry carrying birds up to a fresh corpse. Wherever real people are trying to be kind to other real people at the cost of amending or even simply criticizing some elements of a shared imaginary world, they sense an opportunity for performative outrage. And I can hear that in chat. I can hear that in chat. You know? They'll sniff out simple human compassion from 1,000 miles away and eagerly swoop in to mock it as virtue signaling as loudly as divisively as they possibly can. Who are they? For the most part, it seems conservative-minded men and boys, apparently angry and afraid that men's privilege status in our social and cultural systems is being eroded, who've constructed a personal identity and purpose around their favourite manly hobbies, and therefore find it validating to imagine they're nobly protecting those hobbies from external corrupting forces. Look up Hasbro getting downgraded by the stock. Okay. Hasbro stock faces downgrading in wake of layoffs. Because they made layoffs, they're dying. Right, everyone's making layoffs. All right. Buy to neutral to a struggling toy market. So that means Hasbro's dying even though the toy market is dying. Every company loses stock position when they make layoffs. That's the stock market. Yeah, literally. Hasbro is tied to Magic and vice versa, but you said Magic was dying. You told me Magic was dying. Is this because they went woke? Or is this because of they made layoffs? You know? I won't ban you because that's not what I said. I said when you said tell me Magic's dying. So Hasbro, the huge toy company, and that works in the room right now. Fucking dumb, man. Anyway. They're right, but more importantly, they're wrong. Let's be clear, when those guys tell you there aren't any female Space Marines, they're absolutely correct. There aren't any, not one. GW accidentally passively set a precedent shortly before I was born, 1992. And the social world changed around it, and now it's up to inclusivity tree without a gene crafting paddle. Female Space Marines, this equals 0. Then for those two. Look up average age of the game. See, mate, you're just talking out your ass now. Shut up. I'm bored of you now. Like, you told me Magic was dying. You gave me no evidence to say Magic was dying. Hasbro got degraded because they made loads of layoffs. That's not because of Magic, that's because of Hasbro. Okay? Hasbro could have made layoffs literally anywhere, and the stock would have got downgraded. You are dumb. You are actually dumb. God damn. The crack starts showing when they have to argue why there shouldn't be. When you call upon them to show not merely case A is true now, But that case A must always be true, and that all alternatives are definitely worse, probably impossible, and for bonus points, immoral. The evidence base on which they must build this ironclad case against a 36-year-old crazy paving patchwork of science fiction stories and blurs in the back of a model kit boxes with only marginally more internal consistency than the Bible. That is beautiful. So it's not Magic the Gathering, it's Hasbro as a whole. Yeah, literally. You know, Monopoly's dying because of millennials. Yeah, Monopoly's only being played on apps now, so that's why it's dying. There's only Monopoly online, okay? So Hasbro is dying. If there exists a rigorous critical argument explaining why all adeptus statues must always have exclusively male sex physiology and gender characteristics, and more importantly, why this peculiarly red line of in-universe lore is so fantastically important that it's worth alienating half the planet and venomously abusing strange online to defend, then I confess I've yet to encounter it. You right? I've banned him, it's fine. Can we still chant Boys Club? Yeah, we can chant Boys Club because everybody's welcome into the Boys Club. It's B-O-Y-Z. Or B-O-I-Z, actually. Someone test it. Join the Boys Club right now so we can see it in chat. I think it's B-O-I-Z, which I think's fine. And I think it says the perk is everybody's welcome. You know?
I have a vested interest in it. Sorry.
Georgie says she has a vested interest. I don't know if you can hear that. The boys is a gender neutral term in Orc society. It's true. I think if they did make female space marines, I think they'd still call each other Battle Brother.
Yeah.
Because that's just how it is.
I've come in deliberately with my Taylor Swift cup to just piss everybody off even more. So I'm just reading comments because as somebody who identifies as female, who has worked in this hobby for quite some time, I used to manage a store. We met when I was running a Warhammer tournament. And I've kind of been associated with this hobby for, how old am I? For like 10 years, 12 years. Having worked in the industry, having dealt with people like Hasbro, people like Asmodee, having sold Magic cards for the majority of my life. I'll accept the concept that D&D is struggling a little bit with the whole news coming out about D&D 1, D&D 2024. There's a lot going on. But I think that it's really hard and emotionally tiring to kind of argue the concept of basic human empathy with people and try and get people to understand that other people can like things and it's okay for other people to find, themselves in a game in a way that you might not. I don't play 40k. I can. I don't choose to because it's not appealing.
You played 10th edition before most people.
I did, yeah. It's not appealing to me as a game. But I think it's really, really, really silly to discount women and female consumers when I think the past decade has proven more than any other that the consumer power of women is far, far greater. And I think if you... Well, exactly.
In the year of our Barbie.
Exactly.
Also, Decknor, thanks for the 5 gifts.
Thanks, babe. So...
Gift for base Georgia.
Gifted members.
Square-based.
And also, stop saying find evidence for it because I'm literally a librarian. It's my job. So, I'll kick all your asses. Yeah. Okay, I'll go now. Bye, besties.
Thanks for your insight. Appreciate it. Anyway, I just had to ban someone from chat. No. And I don't normally ban people from chat without reading what they have to say. Without like commenting on what they're saying. But they have left 2 comments on the channel and both were dumb. And they're both today. So I was like, nah, I'm alright. They did the typical thing of, oh, you bullied atheists? What about Islam? Shut up. Was that her casting Smite? I think it was. Much more common in my experience are fallacious screeds against poorly defined wokeism that ironically seem far more interested in hawking real-world political theories than they are in serious discussion about Warhammer 40k itself. None of these rhetorical tactics or ranty vibes are new. The same ramshackle reactionary movements steeped in group in, out-group, social pressures, and masculine identity politics has been at work in our culture for well over a decade. It weaponizes people's feelings and powerlessness, disenfranchisement, and digital isolation in a fatalistic crusade to reverse the liberalizing social change of the last 50 years ago, which is exactly the point. Also, Radio, thanks for the 5, mate. Really appreciate it. George is a great point. People can like Imperial Fist, and that's okay. Yeah, it is weird when people like Imperial Fist, but we won't judge them. We'll just let them get on with it, okay? We can mock them. We can make a little haha joke, as long as they're laughing back. You know. I once saw somebody comment that technically all Space Marines are trans mask, since they all transition to something that uses masculine pronouns. I'm not sure I agree with it, but it's interesting.
Yeah, George has a great point. People can like Imperial
Thanks for the 5,
Fists, and that's okay.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Do you think people saying they like a hobby and then trying to change it is what winds people up? Like, what trying to change it is like they are trying to change it only so more people like them feel more welcome, and you can have communities, like sub communities within communities, which is great because it just means more people to play games with. You know, ultimately making people feel more represented in a hobby like ours means we have more people to roll dice against, which is only positive. You know. But I think that's like they use that as like a catalyst of you're trying to change it, and then they're just like, why would you come into it if you want to change it? And the reason they come into it is because they like it and they want to make it better for everybody, and I think that's probably okay. You know, I try to change the hobby all the time. You know, mostly are the rules, but am I a problem? No, people find me funny. It's been a driving force behind Gamergate, the alt-right, and the Trump presidency. It's still very much alive in the Warhammer video games and throughout the Western public life. Of course, 40k has been dealing with far-right foxes inside the hen house for many years, simply because the hellish, bloodthirsty, xenophobic, totalitarian dystopia that is a setting central faction, the Imperial Command, is practically tailor-made to give teenage fascists a hard-on. And I think that's the thing, is like, it's just so... It shouldn't be so welcoming to that sort of person, but it is, even though it's supposed to be satire, but that is a lot of the time lost on people. You know? Warhammer is so sandbox as there is no change is solid, no change is all encompassing, therefore the notion of resisting change only works if your idea of the hobby is based on one specific image. Yeah, exactly. The thing is, it's just, they can literally do what they want with it. Any of the rules that they have in the law are made by them. They could just change them, and they have multiple times. Every 1,000 fans, 999 appreciate the grotesque multi-level parody of 40k's appalling dark fantasy world, and one becomes enamored with it at face value, despising our blandly egalitarian neoliberal reality and longing for a big, strong, gold-armored daddy to tell them what to do. Generally, it's unsettling the adoration these people have somewhat as abhorrent as the Emperor of Mankind. And literally, that's what you have to remember, is like, people worship the god Emperor, and that's supposed to be satire because of the fact that he is so evil that one person costs 1,000 people a day. You know, like, just think about that. Like, one person, the god Emperor of Mankind, in this fake game, costs 1,000 fake people every day to live. You know, and that's just obviously, like, if you think about that, it's kind of funny, but it's also like it's so like grotesque, and that's what it's supposed to be. But people like lap it up, and you're not supposed to lap it up. You're supposed to be like, ugh, fucking hell, you know. When can me and Sam Sanders have the Old World channel on Discord? Do you have an Old World channel? Also, there's an Old World channel. You've been talking this to me today.
Sanders have the Old World channel on Discord. He's a member now, so he can join if it's members only. Also, in the Orc rules, what's your opinion on Savage Orcs? Is Frenzy good?
Frenzy is that with the +1 AP? Thanks for the 10, bud. Really appreciate it. You've been very generous tonight. Thanks everyone for hanging out and listening to my ramble about this. I think it's quite an interesting article. I know I was supposed to be talking about Old World, but I thought this was like too good of an article to pass up to talk about. It's like idolizing someone from The Boys. It is like idolizing someone from The Boys. And that's supposed to be satire, but people don't get it. 170. Are you going to come talk about the boys?
You don't need to start talking about the old world when half of these comments are from the 1950s.
Got it. This is the old world, lol.
Lol, facts don't care about your feelings, lol, or whatever you people say, because feelings isn't a dirty word. Look up the origin of the word woke. You'll be surprised.
Thanks, George. Appreciate you. I need you every time I'm looking for a page. I need you to come in. +1 attack is frenzy on the charge. I know a frenzy model has +1 attack. It does not apply to the model's mount. In addition, they automatically pass fear, panic, and terror. If it can declare a charge, it must. And it cannot flee. That's a very good one. +1 attack's great. No, the other world, you know Fallout. Fallout's up here now. Behind the helmet. Behind the helmet there. Also, Liam, thanks for the 5, bud. Really appreciate it.
Sorry, Georgie, you have to leave. We don't like people with glasses here. JK, much love.
Brilliant. Thanks for the 5, mate. Really appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, there is an old world challenge just right at the bottom. Okay, let's crack on with this. We're nearly halfway through. Kinda. We're a third way through. That's only 1 in 1,000, but 0.1% of our fandom is as big as Warhammer 40k makes it for a sizable extremist fringe. As 40k sales climb and influx of new hobbies join the games community, the club keeps getting bigger and more diverse, which causes the fringe to become more frantic and militant in its desperate, misguided gatekeeping mission, and female space marines are its favourite subject. That's what you have to remember. It's growing all the time, and so many new people are getting involved, and people just want to feel more included. They don't want to be pushed out by people like this guy. The reason there should be female space marines is because the space marines are representation for men and not women. Like, why is that necessary? Like, why does it matter? Ultimately, why does it matter? Like news, precipitation, or bowel movements, this stuff goes through cycles. The discourse on female space marines tend to hit a rolling boil for a month or so, then die away for a couple of months in favour of more interesting topics before inevitably bubbling to the surface again. I do feel like it's kind of like been huge right now. It's like huge right now, and it was a couple of months ago, and it will be in a few months as well. I totally agree with that. Sargon, yeah, he's a prick. Also, final thought: if you don't kick off with, why do you just come and tell them? Also, final thought: if you don't kick off with this much vitriol about new additions, you don't care about the game being changed. You're just a bad egg. Literally, yeah. The recent waves of female space marine posting have me more worried than usual because of the attention they're attracting. You see, recently, I noticed alt-right YouTuber influencer Carl Benjamin weighing in on the subject. It isn't the first time mine. Benjamin says he's been to 40k for about 30 years, and I totally believe him. I hate to say it, but his Magnus the Red paint job is pretty rad. No, it's not. It's probably fine, but still. From what I can tell, though, most of his online presence these days focus on fear-mongering about immigration taking over England, demonising non-white migrants, and fanboying over Elon Musk and Nigel Farage. Oh, look at that. If I had a fucking bingo card. I thoroughly recommend avoiding him. I try to. But over the holiday break, he still finds time in his busy schedule for several tweets about why one particular type of toy soldier can't be girls, because, in his opinion, space marines are representation for men and not women. Coach, you might think that supposedly serious far-right talking head and respected podcast host would A, apparently care about gender representation in fiction, or B, spend his valuable time opining publicly about the gender politics of a miniature wargaming, even one he loves with all his heart. Active political figures of all stripes are perfectly allowed to like Warhammer. The UK Home Secretary of Conservative Party MP James Cleverly is an avowed fan, for instance, but oddly enough, public-facing political operators don't often openly participate in the online arguments over Warhammer's lore, suspecting perhaps that it might lead to people think they're superficial, unserious, or naive. And I think a lot of it comes down to just it's the topic of the month, so people get involved. Like, I don't normally get involved just because I don't see the point, but I thought this was... I saw this article, I was quite interested, that's why I talked about it. But a lot of the time, it's just if you're just bringing it up for the sake of it, then you're just trying to stir the pot. What?
So that was what I thought it was.
You had another thought?
Sorry, my mom just phoned me. I've not got my glasses on this time. It's giving people that... It's giving people who only bring up things like male mental health when they're trying to disprove a point that a woman is making about women's mental health. If you only care about an issue when you're using it to discredit another issue, or you're using it as a stick with which to beat somebody, you don't care about that issue. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I think it's really clear to see the difference in how people approach this when you're part of a demographic who have never struggled to find yourself represented in media, who've never struggled to kind of see yourself in something. And I can say now, you know, walking into many game shops, I've had really similar experiences to some people in this chat, both positively and negatively. And at the end of the day, as I said, if you don't kick off with this much vitriol about a new edition coming out, I think you don't care about the game getting changed. You care about representation of women within that hobby, and I don't think that's out of line to say. I think you shouldn't have to argue to people that you should have empathy and be able to see things from other people's point of view. So I do agree that listening to people you don't agree with helps you grow mentally. I absolutely agree. However, I don't think that we should keep villainizing the concept of emotions, because that doesn't lead anywhere. I think, yes, you should listen to people you don't agree with, but also you have to be committed to listening to people you don't agree with. And I think we could all take a second to listen to the points both sides are making. We've quite clearly said wouldn't really affect the law, wouldn't really affect anything else, but it seems like points about representation are getting brushed over. So and all I'm going to say as well is, if you keep saying feelings don't matter, rely on facts, I mean, let's just say there's lots of people in this world who say women are the more emotional people. So if we discount feelings, are you shutting them out of conversations? Who can say? But yeah, if it doesn't affect you, it's absolutely free to just move on.
Yeah.
Goodbye. For like 10 minutes.
I'm sure she'll come in a minute. But she's right. She's right. Also, I changed the title of the thumbnail because I feel like I'm clickbaiting, because I've not actually spoken about Oldboy, really. This is probably going to take a little bit longer than I realised. I actually hadn't clicked the link of the article before I started reading it, but now I'm in now. Now I'm in. Just catching up with chat. There's people who don't agree with how you grow mentally. I agree, it does, but also I think it's okay when you're kind of like, I don't want to listen to this. I think, like, if you're gonna argue about topics, it's good to listen to people. If you don't want to get involved in a topic because you think it's dumb or you're fed up of hearing about it, I think it's okay to just listen to people that you agree with, because at the end of the day, we only have so much energy to deal with things. You know, we only have so much energy to deal with things in a day. You go to work and the last thing you want to do is listen to people telling you you're wrong. If you're getting involved, if you're trying to have a conversation about it, you know, you're trying to like make a stand, you know, you're trying to have a debate about it, then obviously listen to other people. But at the same time, I also think it's totally okay to be like, you know what, I actually can't be arsed with this, so go away. But yeah, Daniel, exactly. Like, there is a limit as well. Also, hi Discourse, how are you? I hate hearing about it, but I truly see no problem with more representation being added to 40k. I think people are probably just like ground down about hearing about this conversation or about this topic, purely because it is like, as Georgie said, it's like a stick that people get beat with all the time. I think that's the problem. Old Carl has no such concerns though. He's happy to join us there at the toy soldiers table, but not, I think, because he's superficial and serious or naive. No, it seems to me he's caught the whiff of potential in the air. The 140k community is going through another phase of growing pains, and it could become an increasingly fertile recruiting ground for anti-woke alt-right acolytes. if they can properly cultivate it. I think that's the problem. Is like, I think what this topic does is it attracts grifters, in my opinion, and it just attracts people who just want to like jump on the trend of hating, because you see it all the time. Again, like me personally, I see a lot of it on my Twitter because I read stuff and I follow certain accounts on Twitter that I really respect and really appreciate, and they're always arguing with people, and there's loads of people that are just like, I'm new to Warhammer but I hate the changing it. It's like, you just want to get involved with hate. That's all you want to do. It's just tiring to hear the same argument over and over, the same points being said over and over. No, I totally agree. Ultimately, Games Workshop made a move. And then they said they did the post, if you remember, about when the guy walked into a Warhammer tournament with a swastika on his jumper. They said Warhammer is for everyone, and if you don't like that, then you don't want to be a part of the Warhammer community, which is great. But then they've like kind of like not really done anything since, and it's one of those things that it's like a boiling pot, right? It just keeps bubbling over, and it keeps over bubbling all the time. Ultimately, if someone turns the hob off, it's still going to happen, you know? Problem I have with things like this, and no one wants to talk about, has any power to really change anything one way or the other. It's literally just a waste of breath in both directions. I think it's good to have the conversation. I've had a little bit of a conversation a couple of times. I'm making like a big thing about it now because I'm talking about this article, which I think is important. But ultimately, it's just, you can have the conversation, but it's one of those, it's kind of like, in my opinion, if they did add female Space Marines, I wouldn't care. You know, it's not really for me, it's for someone else. But what it does do for me is it adds more people into the game so they enjoy the thing I love. You know, the thing that I've dedicated most of, if not all of my life to, it means more people will get to enjoy it. Which, you know, for like from a selfish point of view, more potential viewers. 0.1% female, okay? Let's get that percentage up, all right? But like from a greater standpoint, it's just like, the more people that are involved in something, the more fresh takes you have on something, the more interesting you can make something. Because if it's all just dudes, it's just going to be all dudes with the same opinions. You know, we've all had a very similar upbringing, whereas you have like a range of people being involved with something.
I think the question is, what damage does it do to the hobby to be fully inclusive other than losing Daily Mail readers? I say good riddance.
You know what? True. Yeah, like ultimately, who are you upsetting by doing something like this? And it's just people who are usually not very nice. So, also, Colton Army, thanks for joining the Boys Club. Really appreciate it. If you want to become a member, you can become a member for as little as £1.99 a month and join the Boys Club. BOIZ. It is inclusive to everybody. Anyone and everyone can join the Boys Club unless you're a prick. Okay? Okay. Just catching up with my notifications. It could have been a casual change years ago. And I think gender politics are like something that's used as a weapon in modern day politics as well, especially like in England. It's like a big thing right now. So people just use it as a weapon. That's what's happening. The biggest argument for female Space Marines to me is that it's not just a faction, it's the faction that represents the whole franchise, and having it be boys only is setting a very bad precedent. Exactly, yeah. It's not even just the faction that represents Warhammer 40k, it's like the most iconic IP thing they have from all of Games Workshop, which is a huge company. One of the biggest companies in the UK, you know, worldwide, very, very large company, you know. It's like, and of that, only boys are like advertising the marketing, you know. And the Stormcast are like completely genderless a lot of the time. So that doesn't help. Space Marines in full power armor, fine. But it's quite clear because in other media, which is also problematic, all women are represented by having booby armor, okay? So unless it's got booby armor, people don't realize. But if we just went, oh yeah, some of them are women, you know, they don't really have booby armor, but look at their heads, you know, they're all fucked up like all the Space Marines, but they are women, you know. And what difference does it make? One line in a codex that goes, any human can become a Space Marine. That's all it has to be, you know. It's so weird. When I first started playing Warhammer, the fluff was seen as an excuse to get an army on the table. Now it's lore that's acting like straitjacket on the game. Yeah, literally. People have just lost the irony of the lore, and they've also forgot that the lore, or the fluff, is purely there to sell shit. It's purely there to sell shit. The female Space Marine contest by Arbitrarian was great if you haven't seen them already. I haven't seen it now. Anti-damn text. That sounds like a lot of effort, Dan. Also, yeah, I'll go back to you in a bit. You keep texting me when I'm live. Just bring back the Lost Legions and make them female. You know what? That'd be a great thing to do. If they just went, yeah, these are all women. They missed a trick by not bringing female Space Marines in with Prime Harris. I agree, mate. I agree. That would have been a really good time to do it. Now they've got to do another big thing. In principle, I completely understand games don't show desire to feign ignorance of the female Space Marine question, leave the mess to sort yourself out in the wider 40k communities, free market of ideas, and avoid alienating any customers. It's cowardly, but it's commercially prudent. Yeah, exactly. It's just leaving the status quo, letting the pot boil over and leaving it to it, you know? Mention a big modern franchise where all ladies in booby armor. World of Warcraft, maybe. I don't know. The other thing, though, because it has been normal for so long, you know, I might be wrong on that. Shadowsun, granted, I retract that statement of saying all big modern franchises are ladies in booby armor. League of Legends is probably another good one. You know, I don't know. I'm not really involved with them. Finished later 2 gigs already. I talked about 2 gigs for a little bit. There are plenty of sets where it's not extreme with the boobies. No, I agree. But there are large IPs that do that. I think that's what I probably want. I retract my previous statement. That was incorrect. Don't do a big thing. Change it. Then just make female Space Marine heads. Do it not for the profit, but because it should already been done. Exactly. They should have just done it. They should just go, here's some heads, you know. Change one line in the law, you know. In the new codex, just go, in one of the supplements, right? In the Blood Angels supplement, in the Dark Angels supplement, just go, oh yeah, and this woman as well. In practice, it resulted in permanent, toxic, stifling stalemate in which one side can leverage the implied support of the IP only purely because they're defending the status quo. It's literally like, if they don't say anything, they are agreeing. There's a better saying to that, you know? Non-verbal is compliance or something like that. I don't know, I can't remember. You know what I mean? They're not saying anything, so they're just like inadvertently agreeing with them. Again, I don't care whether or not they prevent female Space Marines becoming a thing. That's not important. What is important that this vacuum of authority could give Warhammer 40k's Gamergate rump a free run at flogging all their political ideas to incoming generations of fans. The longer GW refuses to comment, the longer the self-described anti-woke crowd conspiracy claim female Space Marines are leftist propaganda being forced down the throats of ordinary right-thinking Warhammer fans. The longer those claims go unchallenged by GW, the more new joiners to the hobby will be entering a Warhammer community twisted and malformed by alt-right ideology. And this is the problem. This is the problem. You know? We got Sisters of Battle. Why do we need female Space Marines? Because Sisters of Battle aren't the poster boy for Warhammer 40k and Warhammer as a whole. You know? And Sisters of Battle, people always say, one thing that people always say is that, like, Space Marines are all men, Sisters of Battle are all female, that's fine. Whereas Sisters of Battles aren't all female because the people who lead Sisters of Battle are always men. You know? There's like, Mother Val, she's a woman, that's cool. There's a lot of the other high-ranking officials in the law of Sisters of Battle. I'm having to talk law now, it's just so cringe. are blokes. You can build an entire Systems of Battle army, 2,000 points of all male models. And again, we're going back to the original point, is that Space Marines are the poster boy of Warhammer, Games Workshop, essentially, like the entire company. When you see a Space Marine, you think Games Workshop, you think Warhammer. When you see System of Battle, you think of a woman in armor. You know, it's a little bit different. It's like the poster boy of the franchise, of the entire franchise, is all blokes, which is like a bit of an ish. There aren't any female orc models. I don't know if orc females have different different builds. I don't know. There aren't any female Tau models. There are, I think. No female armate, they're all robots. Only GSC Eldar Guard have two gender models. Yeah, but again, as I said, they are like separate factions. They're like side factions. You know, I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of like a reference to like something like that. You know, that's like saying like in Star Wars, all of the Jedi are men, but like the side characters are women. You know, they're female orc models. That's true. There are few in Blood Bowl. That's true. Shadow Sun is also a chick. Yeah, Shadow Sun's a woman. Yeah, it's a good one. Shadow Sun's a girl. That is such an obvious one. I completely forgot about that. One of the main characters that had books wrote about her is a female Tau character. Martin, we're getting schooled, bro. We're getting schooled, bro. Fancy orcs are not the same as orcs. I think they're all the same. But the thing is if you could buy those from Games Workshop and use them. You know? And again, the lore of it, I don't know if orc women are different. I don't know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Hey Kyle, how you doing, bud? And the tragedy is, 1.4K didn't start out like this. It got sick over time. The current shit show is almost certainly as distressing as depressing for 40K's real creators as it is an appetizing opportunity for the likes of Sargon. 1.4K isn't fundamentally conservative, misogynist, or illiberal entity, either in its fiction, its philosophies, or its operation. Its earliest incarnations were chock full of satirical jokes at the expense of real-world conservatives, and its greatest creative luminaries have been subversive, anti-establishment, left-wing archetypes. They were all students. They were all students that hated them. I thought they were genderless. I think orcs are genderless, but I don't know. You know, that is a good piece of art. You know about this one? Or that one? A central conceit, a future human empire full of misery, pain, and fear, governed via theocratic fascism and pathetically obsessed with exterminating its enemies, is an explosively unsubtle and frankly unmistakably cautionary tale about the dangers of far-right thinking. And this is the thing. They just miss this bit, and they just think that's what they think they're with them. You know? That's what I mean. It's just like, it is all satirical and all like, this is really bad, and then people just don't get it. And that is crazy. It's a grand parody that explores just how profoundly low humanity could sink if freedom, equality, and democracy gave way to xenophobic authoritarianism on a species-wide scale, and invites us to reflect on what that means for our real-world political ideas and actions. There are other grayer layers to it, but this is the deepest, this is the spine of the world. Exactly. It's satirical. It's a satirical. They forget 4K satire and read it as gospel or a rule book. Yeah, even like in the lore, that is the point. You know, all of the great battles of the Space Marines and all this, it's all propaganda. The launch of 10th edition had a video of Gulliman talking to the door of the Emperor, saying, "We've kind of fucked up, everything's gone to shit, but we keep telling everybody it's fine." That's like the launch of the game, the launch of the new edition. That was a big thing, you know. And it's like people don't get it. People don't understand. Don't know about you guys, but I don't reflect on anything when I'm painting and playing. It's just a game. And that's the thing. People don't take it just a game. I get into it all of this over the pandemic. So it's weird when we went outside again and met someone else who looked like Templars for the complete opposite reasons. Yeah, it's just a bit of like a, ooh, you know? Like a, ooh. That's the thing. Honestly, I think you could stamp satire on every page of 40k lore and people still wouldn't get it. This is true. Also, thanks to Tuja Martin. People do need to chill. But that's the thing. That's the thing. If you just, it's just like a boiling pot and it's just going over it again. You know? It'd be nice if Games Workshop came out and said something. I don't know if they ever will. It would be nice if they did. You know? Either come out and say, we're bringing out Space Marines because you're all chuds. We all laugh. Okay? Or they come out and say, we're never going to make female Space Marines because we hate you. And then we all stop playing it. You know? In fairness, Games Workshop do a bad job of conveying the satire. It's really lost its target. Yeah, literally. You look at like modern artwork of like, as I said, like Gulliman and stuff like that, where it's like represented as an angel. That's supposed to be satire, but it's never really like reflected. And then they have like heroes of the Imperium, you know, and like the propaganda spills out to marketing. But it is satire. But as you say, it's like lost on people because the marketing is just using it as whatever, you know. You know, Gulliman good. He's an angel. He's white. Adabad and black. He's evil and red. You know, that's like kind of like the, you know what I mean? Over 3 decades of commodification, diversification, occasional simplification of the source material, that nuanced political context has become more easily separable from the hobby's iconic, recognizable, memeable concepts and forces and symbolisms. Eternal War, an immortal god emperor, the lionization of soldiers and their bonds of brotherhood. 40k's fixation on such things was supposed to be inspired distrust, skepticism, and a thrill of fear. Yes, they were interesting, complex ideas with shades of grey, but ultimately they were artifacts of dystopia, undesirable things to be vigilantly avoided. The problem is that divorced from their proper parodic context, those same ideas could be emotive, seductive, and even subtly radicalizing in their own right. In other words, ironic fictional Nazism looks, sounds, and acts a lot like regular Nazism, and if you don't get the joke, you're just as vulnerable to poisonous ideas in a sci-fi wargame form as you would be at a party meeting, literally. That's the thing, when you lose the context and the satiricism, I think that's a word, when you lose that, it's just fascism, you know? In fairness, I think this happens a lot with satire. People think RoboCop is a serious straight action flick. They do. Yeah, RoboCop's another good example. I would prefer them to say, no, we aren't doing female Space Marines, so people will just shut up about it already. Yeah, but then the problem with that, the repercussion of saying that, is then you go, all the people who are pricks about it already are like, see, we're right. You are left-wing propaganda, you know, by saying maybe we should be more welcoming to more people, which isn't left-wing. it's just neutral, you know. How is Abby Black and Bobby White? I mean, like representation of like. Gulliman is always represented in like white lights, like he's an angel, because he literally has angel wings in one of the artworks. And Abaddon is wearing black armor and he's always represented with red around him because he's evil. You know, that's what I mean. I'll be honest, I'd never hear about conversations such as covered in this article if I didn't watch this channel. I long since stopped engaging in places like Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. If they say nothing, it's worse. If they do allow it to happen, then that's resources taken from other projects. The thing is like, they have enough resources to do stuff like this. They could just go, here's an upgrade pack. The end. You know? They don't have to launch a whole new faction called Female Space Marines. They go, here's a 10 pack of heads. You know? Here's some shoulder pads and heads. You know? Done. And then and then that's it, you know? They get the intern to do it probably like they do all the other upgrade packs. And they go, here, practice sculpting some heads. Off you go. You come back with 10 heads, they put them into production, done. They can even do in Forge World, you know? Upgrade spree for $20. And it'd be a righteous leftist propaganda $20, you know? Crisp leftist $20. And that'd be fine. Where's George? George has been in and out, don't worry. They can't do that. If they bring out heads, then next people are going to whine that there's no name character, then they need box, then they need their own box, the goalpost. I think you're worrying too much because Games Workshop literally release models every single week. What if one week they release something that was like female led? You know? Like, what's the problem with that? You know? Like, one week they go, oh, here's an upgrade pack. And also like 900 other models that they release every week. You know? They release like 5 kits a week. And sometimes 5 kits every 2 weeks, granted. You know? Like, what difference does it make if one of them just has to be so happens to be a woman, you know? I really want all Forge World stuff to be in plastic. The thing is, if they're not doing it, it's because it's not going to be profitable, not because they're working on female space marines, you know? Don't we all want all Forge World stuff to be plastic? Obviously, that would be the dream. But if it doesn't sell, that's why they make it in Forge World resin. Because it doesn't sell as many, so it's cheaper and easier to make. They didn't actually mix gender squads with God now. Literally, they made no big deal about it. They used to be all the blokes, and now they're mixed. You know? What difference does it make? To me, nothing. To that girl who wants to play Imperial Guard and they want the all-women squads, fucking sick. You know? Anyway. In recent years, GW has made some limited but welcome public statements in an effort to align itself against bigoted or intolerant fans under the banner phrase, Warhammer is in for everyone. This is the famous one. But it was nearly 4 years ago. GW never have the stock, so it doesn't matter what they bring out. They will bring out female space marines, but no one will be able to buy them because they'll run out. But a brief trundle through 40k Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, and Discord communities is enough to demonstrate just how far this is still to go before you can turn that mission statement into practical reality. Because the only time they did this was when that guy wore a swastika, you know? When he was openly a Nazi. But what about all the other times when people show other signs of Nazism and they did nothing about it? I still think it'd be a waste of time and resources. Yeah, but for the people who want it, then, you know, it'd be great for them. You want Necron stuff, which is cool. But people want female Space Marine stuff. That's also cool. First, see Pariahs back. I don't think they'll ever bring Pariahs back because Lich Guard are Pariahs. Any suggestion that the envelope of 1.40k products media event be widened in any way to better accommodate and affirm non-white, straight, cis male fans can confidently expect a wave of downvotes, mockery and derision, and that's if you're lucky. This article will no doubt get its share of hate too. It will get hate. These guys aren't anti-psycho, but no, they got rid of Pariahs and then brought out Lich Guard, which were war scythe wielding infantry, which is what Pariahs are. Dude, you're getting new spaces whether you want it or not. True. Do love a good new space marine. There's a lot of work to do to ensure 1.40k's grim, horrible fictional worlds and very real social world experienced by the people building, painting, playing, watching, and reading them remain completely separate, and we community members will always need to do our part. A growing cadre of dedicated creators is already fighting the good fight. YouTuber Arbitrarian's cracking video below is just one example. So this must be the fan art of Arbitrarian's female space marine challenge, I think. Great job, Ian. Except for he hates tournaments and says people who like tournaments are children. Don't like that bit about you. I like what you did here though. But here's my plea, Games Workshop, you have to do more too. You don't just get to be neutral, non-committal, catch-all corporation anymore. You need to be more responsible for that. One single black and white social media statement every 3 years isn't going to cut it anymore. Business is booming. The Warhammer 40k 10th edition launch led you a record monthly sales, and at long last, you're finally going to get your own proper TV and movies with Henry Cavill. In the next 2 years, your Warhammer 40k community could get inordinately bigger. I think they probably need to do something before this happens, because if Henry Cavill did anything, everyone would just say, Amazon's gone woke. That's all you'll see. That's all you'll see. If Games Workshop don't do something between now and then, all it'll be is Amazon woke. And it'll be so annoying. Just like Rings of Power. Even though that did really well. It's just the right-wing truds didn't like it because there was a black woman in it. You know? Shut up. Still can't define someone who could define woke for me. That one Daily Mail article that just says everything's woke. It's your responsibility to help protect that growing community from being dragged into the mud by bad actors who not only don't get 40k, but want to dictate their gross perverted version of it to everyone else. I'm not asking you to introduce female space marines. I do not care if you introduce female space marines or not. I'm just asking for you to take responsibility for their absence. Talk to your community about the subject. Let us know you understand and care about the consternation it continues to generate. And that'd be nice. Just like a statement would be nice. Or something, you know. A little off-the-cuff comment would be nice. That pieces are okay with limited on source material. If the bad writing's bad, that's fine. But there's a lot of people that just shouted, gone woke, gone broke. Which is just dumb. So dumb. Woke means vaguely liberal things I don't like. Yeah, woke is just... by the Daily Mail these days as well. Woke is anything that I don't like or doesn't agree with a Tory. Let us know, above all, that when so-called 40k fans online preach their tiresome male chauvinist dogmas and shout people down for daring to suggest that nerds could be kinder to each other, they do not speak with your voice, and that they, as you once claimed, will not be missed. The longer you remain silent, the worse things get, and the worse things get, the less I can respect you. That's a great article. Great job, Alex. That is a really, really good article, I think. Because, again, it's not about trying to shove female space marines in. It's about allowing right-wing rhetoric go unchecked, which is a problem. That's the real problem, to be honest. One is already credible, diverse, and welcoming, but some people feel like it's not by the main faction of the franchise. That's the problem. Are we talking politics? If we're talking about people being represented, is gender politics actually politics? Which is another question. Probably not. Is GDP meant to police that or us as a community? Like, I don't know, really. I don't know what the best course of action is, but the silence from Games Workshop about when, like, right-wing people they already distance themselves from is like, you agree with me. They could just be like, no, you don't. No, we don't. Wouldn't that be changing the very thing that makes a franchise so appealing? No. What makes the franchise appealing? What makes a franchise so appealing? Super soldiers. Who's under the armor? Oh, man. Who could be the armor? It doesn't matter. I remember there being a rumor that there's some people within GW that don't want female space marines. There's always rumors. There's always 4chan posts as well.
When is the next Hellstorm All-Stars Heat? Will you be at the UKTC Sheffield GT? What army should I bring to Manchester GT?
Martin, thanks for the 6 jar. I really appreciate it. I should have news about that Hellstorm tournaments this year next week. I'm hoping to make a big announcement Monday. Will I be at the UKTC Sheffield? No, I will not. And what army should you take to Manchester GT? I honestly don't know. I would wait till the balance data slate. I know that's really, really flimsy, whimsical. Text me when the balance data slate's out so we know what's going on. But thank you so much for the donation, mate. I really appreciate it. That's why you should focus on Necrons. It could be anyone. Robot voices aren't hard to do. Yeah, that'd be fine. Because they represent women, but they all have the same voice. That would also be fine. Halo is still my top tier super soldier argument. Halo's a great one. It's a great example. Female Spartans have always been in Halo from the start. In the first game, I think they were mentioned. In every book, in every other game afterwards. You know? Like, the main character, everyone loves Master Chief. He leads a squad, and it's full of women. You know? When's the balance date? It's like probably this month. Hey, Ginger Steve, thanks for the 10.
Get you to write the me an orc list on stream. I know it wasn't your intention. Still, I'm happy you used the time to discuss this to highlight the transphobes and misogynists.
Thanks so much for the 10, bud. Really appreciate it. It's not that I've avoided it. It's just I didn't realize that article was that long, but I also felt like it needed to be talked about. I think that was a very, very good article. And I really enjoyed reading it, and hopefully you guys took something away from it. I think it's a really good article. I got my first ever tournament tomorrow and taking my World Eaters. Nice, bud. Good luck. I'm sure you'll smash it. Jamarte, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I'm not really sure what's going on. There was a lot of right-wing rhetoric saying that Star Wars was dead because of the director. But they just... I'm pretty sure the only thing that they said was... something about Rey is going to make Star Wars her own. I don't think that's a problem. Chief's story is built around his relationship to women, Halsey and Cortana. Literally does, it is just that. Another focus could be Imperial Knights. I don't think the problem is like... I think there is a lot of good representation for women in 40k now, but the main poster boy of 40k and the main poster boy of Games Workshop as a whole is all blokes, and that's like a bit of a situation that Pauline is dealing with, in my opinion. I look forward to Male Sister Battle 2. Okay. Do you play Warhammer, Aaron? Great name, Aaron. Do you play Warhammer? Do you play 40k? Answer me now. Go on, dare you. There are over 2,000 point lists you can write with only blokes in the space Sisters of Battle Codex. You idiot. You actual idiot. Of course you play. Clearly you don't. Clearly you don't. What's a multi-fire engine, Aaron? Explain that to me. Explain it, word for word. Copy it off Wikipedia because that's all you know, clearly. There's loads of blokes in it, and in the lore they're run by blokes. You don't know it. Crusaders are male, Arco Flagellants are male, Mortifier Engines are male. Penitent Engines. Alright, fine. Fine. Fair enough, Aaron. I'm so sorry. I said Mortifiers instead of Penitent Engines. But they're all blokes. Where's my sister Battle of Men, loads of Arco Flagellants, Penitent Engines plus Breeze. Exactly. There are female models in Arco Flagellants, but majority male. Exactly. There's no many sisters of battle. They're called Adeptus Sororitas for a start now. And also you wrong. Oh shit, the Penitent Engine has a dude on it. Yeah, literally. Fucking dumb piece of shit. What's happening here? Clearly dragging out chuds. We're literally talking about an article, which is it's actually really good. It's very, like, it's definitely not neutral, but it's definitely not, like, extreme, I think. There's female Stormcast super soldiers, so female space to be just another cool way to build your army, in my opinion. Exactly. Which gender do your Tomb Kings have? All women. Why not? Because you can't tell. Based on the width of their pelvis. Is that right? I'm pretty sure that was debunked, right? Wasn't that very much debunked a long time ago about the, like, size of your pelvis? I don't follow Alex on Twitter. That's cringe. I'm looking at the retweets of this post. Two, and they're both positive. Wow. You can't even tell Tomb Kings are meant to be human because their bones are funky. They're fucking completely out of proportion. What bloke have you seen with a neck this big and a head that big? Love the right-wing talking points being brought up. I'm pretty sure it is just one of those right-wing talking points, right? Paul picked Space Wolves being able to have successors. Did the universe burn down? Jordan, I know, man. Crazy, innit? Tomb Kings weren't humans. Also true. Good shout, Silo Bear. Tomb Kings weren't humans. I don't think. No, Mikey, GW doesn't change the law ever. That's why Space Marine Scouts still have them ruffled sleeves and Zoats are still a thing. And don't forget, yeah, Zoats are back, but also squats are retconned, okay? Squats are retconned. Just to let you know, squats are illegal. They are all dead. Tomb Kings are like not human, but they were like something else that just did live forever. I don't think they were humans, were they? Unless I've forgotten. I feel like that's right. Anyway, the thing is with the lore of Tomb Kings, just remember that it's all been changed anyway. It's all been changed anyway, so anything you think about the old world has changed. I might be misremembering, you know. Even so, it literally doesn't matter. Tomb Kings were Nikarans who were like 8 feet tall, lived for 200 years. Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like that's right. I feel like I've got like a vague memory, but it's like been such a long time since I read anything about it. Nikarans. I have to go to the fandom. God, people of Nakara learn to cultivate the land. We need like the people of Nakara. I'm just skimming though. I feel like that sounds right, but I can't remember I can't remember it. If that makes sense. It sounds really familiar. And human achievement. They might be human, mate. Shining beacon of civilization and human achievement. Maybe they just because they had magic, they made themselves live longer. I got tricked and thought units in Total War 3 for Kids Level Cathay were coming to the old world. They were. Cathay. Old world. Warhammer community. They were. They started like showing stuff off, I remember. Old World Development Diary. Oh, this is new. No, this is new. They talked about Old World. They showed off like Kislev and Cathay. I think I don't know if I'm having a fever dream now because of the fucking Nikaran conversation we just had. That's 7 months ago, 4 months ago, 1 month ago. I'm sure they said something about it. They appeared and became civilization while others were just primitive tribes who are still human though. Yeah, I think so. I think they just made Nikarans live forever because of magic, right? They weren't actually not human. Never played the old stuff, but wanted vampires to get real, legit, cool and sexy vampires, but they aren't doing them. It's because they've redone them in 40k, in AOS, that's why. That's why. In regards to normal humans, how in the heck did the original Get Nagash model happen? Did he inhabit a construct when he came back as a lich? Everyone has to remember, Tomb Kings hate Nagash, okay? A lot of people forget that. Tomb Kings hate Nagash. Now, current lore in the old world, I don't know. But also, Tomb Kings in fantasy hated Nagash. You read the 3 Nagash books, it's all about Nagash trying to take control of the Tomb Kings. And then the Skaven helping that one Empire guy with a Warpstone sword. And he stabbed him mid-incantation to take over the Tomb Kings. And they all hate Nagash because they made them immortal, but also skeletons. Okay? They hate him. So all these people being like, oh, it's Daddy Undead on Twitter. And he's like, you're such an old world tourist, okay? You're such an old world tourist. Is King of Tomb Kings? I think he was, yeah. I can't remember. Big Empire guy. He's a human, that's why. When the Empire is human. Not like them Tomb Kings, they're not human. They can't stand him. Setcher especially hates Nagash. Because they wanted him to kneel. That's all he wanted. And then Setcher said, Setcher does not kneel, and stabbed the fucker. Okay? Oh, God, I love it. It's the only lore I actually care about. That and Blood Ravens. I'm sure there was something about Cathay and Kislev being mentioned once upon a time. I don't think it was just a map. Surely not. I don't know. But I think that's probably their plan. I think if they're going to release new factions, that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like, look, here's all the old models that you can buy. For the new stuff, we're going to make it interesting. Did those tourists think Tomb Kings weren't human? I'm not a tourist. Don't you ever say that. Did he also create vampire counts the same way? Vampire counts were like an accident. Vampire counts were an accident. They always said that it was like one of his incantations went wrong and he became immortal but needed to drink blood. And then that's why they created the vampire family, the von Karsteins. Arkin's the only exception. Yeah, Arkin's the only exception, but he was like the second man to Nagash. The MJ article. Hell yeah, let's go. Love a nice DM. DM from Sam. Hi, Sam. Accept DM. Sam, Mr. Sam Sanders. 2020. This is more like the year we're talking about. Iceguard of Kislev. This is what we're talking about. One of the coolest aspects of Return to the Old World, to the world that was, is the opportunity to revisit certain aspects of classic lore and delve into them in greater detail than ever before. Putting the class into classic. People of Kislev were renowned as being among the finest horse masters in the world. But the Great Bear. That's what they say. I played that game once. I'm a Total War tourist. One of the new units that's in the early stages of development is set in the Ice Court. See? They said it. They did say it. The seat of the ruling Tsarina known as the Ice Guard. This was 3 years ago. Peak pandemic. Pandemic fever dream time. Peak pandemic fever dream time. They knew it. This was the plan for the old world. They launched it early. They never got around to it. An elite fighting formation warrior equally skilled with bow and blade. They said it. I knew it. Look, this is early development. Take stuff from the game and put it on a piece of paper. The old world is still a long way off, but it certainly makes you wonder what else Kislev might have in store. Literally nothing. Everything's out of stock. Early, that article was several years ago. Yeah, it's 2020. GW minion, but sir, we announced Kislev years ago. It's on the map and everything. GW exec crop. I was cleaning up my garage and found the Mark of Chaos video game with all 6 install CDs. That's crazy. It's funny because I keep thinking, I realize it. Well, I think we've it's come up a couple of times. We just got loads of like, my friend is moving. He gave us loads of like anime DVDs. We don't have a DVD player on any device in the house. I don't have anything that accepts a CD these days. It's quite funny. Older was a long way off, over half a decade old. They just gave us 20 to 25 year old models. It is quite funny looking at the horses for Tomb Kings, and they are older than me. They're 1993. I knew it. I knew they were doing it. Have fun, Jamarty. Thanks for popping by. Really appreciate it. Give it 2 years we get that on Cathay. I think that'll be the plan. I think they're gonna do new factions. It's gonna be these ones. Buy an external one. I don't need it. I just thought it was funny that I've not had one for probably like 4 years now. The last thing I had that had a disc drive was a Xbox One, and I didn't even use that. I knew it. I knew it. That also isn't the only one. You got more? Hit me, Sam. Hit me. Give me more, baby. Give it me right where I need it. And by that I mean an article. Also, Decknull, I've been on it. I don't know if you're still there. I'm just reading Discord now. I should start banning people. You need the disk drive. How do you install stuff without it? See your questions answered about the old world. The last time we checked with the development of the old world, we showed you the first look at the map of Bretonnia from the time in which the game is set. This is the map we're still using. Where's the models? Square around, definitely square. Scale 10 or 15. Remain the same. Rules telling our 8th edition. Factions, orcs or aurochs. What about the old world's ending? Going to be quite some time. This is about models. There's lots of old articles. This is about models though. When was this? The book is in 2021. It's still a long way off. I suppose it was 2 years, but you know. You ain't getting Chaos Dwarves in Old World because you'll eventually get them in AOS. Yeah, we spoke about this Monday. You know, we spoke about this on Monday. We kind of said it's all about brand uniqueness. Like, they want to separate the two games, really. Yeah, Chaos Dwarves are rumored to come in AOS, I think. There's one on bears and one talking about Cathay. There's no bears in that one. There's no Cathay in that one. There's lots of old articles talking about it, but there's like, that was the one. It was like, here's some stuff going down, you know, and then they just like never mentioned it again. Why has the title changed? Because I never got around to it. 2 more, so what's the other one? Bears? Yeah, look, they were drawing artwork for the bears. This just never happened. That's so funny. This just never happened. They just went, nah. No, they literally went Steve Rogers. No, I don't think I will. Games Workshop. Will you be bringing Cathay and Kislev like you mentioned? This is just concept art for Total War 3. It wasn't. It was way after. Look, this is about the old world. Look, old world update bears. It's about the old world. A few weeks ago, we saw an early look at one of the factions in the works of Return of the Old World, the cold northern nation of Kislev. There we took a look at one of the thematic aspects of that force, bears. You know? You can't see what the bear character that will be coming to Old World. They're a long way from being models yet, but we've secured some stunning concept sketches of what you'll be able to expect. These are concepts for the Old World. I forgot about this update. Discourse, you're going to have to make another scandal video. I don't know who used that scandal first, me or you, but you've grifted that scandal title, and I'm just like, get it. The real old world scandal. Have we got more concept art here? I thought I said Mojang. I thought I said Mojang. That'd be funny. Well, they got official outlook. The old world. What's that? What's that? Scandal. Discourse. If you do use got worse again, if you use scandal just got worse again, I am gonna have to cease and desist you. I am. You know. I use that first. It's mine. No, if I use it, people will just say I'm copying you. Well done, Sam. We're on the memes. They can't give you Cathay or Kislev. They can't give you anything. They don't make enough anymore. Their production levels are totally fine. Investor report 2023. It's totally fine, guys. It's very funny. I didn't use Old World Scandal got worse, so I can use it in the future. You're so welcome. There you go, free one. Also, I will cease and desist. Sorry. I don't make the rules. I'm going to unmemory hold this. I was thinking it the other day, but I was like, I'm not going to be able to find that. Shout out to Sam Sanders for sorting me out with that. That's very funny. Mikey, you'll find bears on Grindr. Brilliant. It took 5 years from announcement to release of the old world, so it's still cooking, I suppose. Was it 5 years? It was at least, obviously, 3. Technically 4. 3.5. I suspect they might have scaled back the scope of the game at some stage of production, hence Scave and Dark Elves being cancelled. As I said, I'll give a quick, for people who didn't watch the stream Monday, that's totally fine. But my thoughts about that is one, the profits and loss thing that Rob mentioned on his podcast, which is probably legit, about the fact they don't want AOS. They don't want AOS. People thinking, oh, the profits from AOS are actually from the old world. People who make AOS don't want that. Maybe that sounds legit. Due to profits and loss and how companies and departments work and stuff. But my thought was, it's like about the uniqueness of the brand. All the factions that are legacy factions for the old world, like Lizardmen, Vampire Counts, Ogres, Skaven, are all very much represented in Age of Sigmar, and they've either had or are rumored to get a big range refresh in Age of Sigmar to make them Age of Sigmar. Like Ogres is like a really bad example because they've only had like a few characters since Age of Sigmar began. Whereas look, like Seraphon have had a big range refresh, as Vampires have had a big range refresh, and they don't want like crossover of like the games. They want it to, like, if you look at a table, you see Skaven, you think Age of Sigmar, you don't think what's that, you know, what game's that for? Like Dark Elves obviously have been rebranded into Daughters of Cain. That's like a huge thing. A lot of the kits that they still use are from fantasy, but like they've had a big rebrand with Marathi and stuff like that, and the Snake Ladies and stuff. So I think they want like I had a good term for it. I can't remember what I said, but it's like brand representation, like uniqueness across the brands that they have, instead of like loads of crossover. We saw it with Horus Heresy and cutting out Horus Heresy units in 40k. Now, if you see Leviathan on the table, they're probably playing 30k rather than 40k. Either way, Orcs being Age of Sigmar, they're totally different in AOS compared to the old world. Yeah, it's like the only one that probably isn't is Savage Orcs. Yeah, exactly. Like Iron Jaws are very AOS. Cruel Boys are literally AOS. They've always been AOS. Iron Jaws have always been AOS, but they've taken some old stuff, like Black Orcs or like Ard Boys, as they're now called, have become AOS. They've only just been redone. But yeah, like Savage Orcs are probably the only one that didn't really get redone. And then Goblins have become Night Goblins, but Night Goblins they're just mostly squigs now, which they do have, but not really. Savage Orcs probably aren't long for the AOS world. No, maybe not. Maybe they'll just go, nah, they'll get rid. I don't think Savage Orcs have had a kit at all. They've only had I don't think they've had an AOS kit at all. Orcs have, as a collective, but they're like 3 mini factions. The rumor is Beastmen. Beastmen haven't had a kit either, I don't think. So I think anything that's like not had a proper kit is like... Beastmen are a faction as well, aren't they, in the rulebooks for Old World? You know? If Beastmen leave AOS, I'll unalive myself. Don't you love Old World? Beastmen joined 40k, true. Well done, Sam. Sam's on peak today. Old World fans seeing the Kids Living Cafe article from 2020. So that was a fucking lie. That's funny. That's very funny. I think they will come, but it'll be a while. It's just funny that it made it sound like they were going to be the things they were going to launch with. The Old World's coming. Here's Kids Living Cafe. Also, there's some other factions that are knocking about that are old. But now they've kind of done the flip reverse. They've gone, here's some old stuff. Let's test the waters, and then we'll build other stuff. Let me catch up with chat. We might even actually talk We're talking more Old World now, rather than right-wing Juds. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make financial sense for GW to allow you to purchase one item that can play over multiple game systems. True. I agree. Yeah, they don't want you to do that, but you can using my base conversion trays. Okay. I don't know if you knew, but I put a video today. Just letting you know, trying to make my first sale. I don't think I've made a sale yet. I put out a video today. If you go on my website, hellstormwargaming.co.uk/shop, go to gaming accessories, as you can see, I've launched a bunch of fantasy products, such as conversion trays for 25mm round bases to 25mm square bases. Look at that. Use your Mortec Guard in Old World. I'm going to use them as Tomb Guard, baby. I'm going to use them as Tomb Guard. Let's go. No one can stop me. No one can stop me. I'm doing it. You want to play your vampire? You want to play Soul Blight Gravelords as vampire counts? Get on it. Let's go, baby. Okay. Anyway, exclamation point merch in chat. I think that should work. What else did we say? All those right side might look slim in that crowd. Steve, stop being a dickhead. Why aren't you posting those on Twitter and tagging GW? I did post about it on Twitter. Oh, you're on about the articles. I'll make a video about it. Scott's tempted to get into Old World. I keep encouraging. Me and Scott used to play Old World together. I found a model the other day that I have used against Scott so many years ago. I don't know how old we were. It must have been 2012. But it was fun. I posted a picture about it the other day. I still think once Skaven get a full refresh and Dark Elves, they'll dump the old stuff into Old World after them being AOS. They might do one day. You are crazy trying to save people time and money. What's wrong with you? Oh, merch. It's not merch. It might be shop. It's shop. Sorry, mercenary. I think it's exclamation point shop. It is. Exclamation point shop in chat to get some bases. Or base extenders. Or movement trays. Everyone needs to buy expensive square base and rebase all their models. It was funny they were charging like £100. Like 40 quid for 100 bases or something. That was crazy. So I can't buy your goods back. My children will become homosexual if they touch less wing produce and I don't even have kids. It's true. Is it true that a lot of movement trays that got sent early for previews are warped? It is true. Yeah, mine were pretty bad. We're going to get the STL files. If you are a 3D printer go Burr or higher, they're available for free in my Discord. So depending on what tier membership you are, you can get the STLs for free in my Discord. So if you have a 3D printer, because that's what the video is about. The video is like 5 things to buy or print. So like I made all the STLs free for people who are interested in 3D printing. Because I'm going to be slowly adding more STLs as like a big backlog of like miniatures, terrain, but starting out with all world movement trays. My New Year's resolution is to add STLs, to make more STLs. So yeah, the STLs are available for free for members. You're temptingly mightily. 3D printer go Burr tier or higher. So just to be aware, it's not all members. It's not the boys club that gets you in Discord. Cut me and I bleed merch. Yeah, they're pretty quick prints to be fair. A lot of them take like an hour, depending on what print you've got, obviously. I've been using the CR10 SE that Creality sent me. Games Workshop definitely didn't send me that. Creality sent me. It's a really nice printer, to be fair. Bit expensive, but it's a nice printer. Once you add vampire count STLs, maybe. I probably won't though, but we'll see. I'll probably be focusing on like terrain and gaming aids first. I don't think I'll be going straight into models. That's not really my vibe, I don't think. I don't know if I want to make models, but I'd like to make terrain. Like all my tournament terrain, I'd like to make into STLs. Talk about bases, Hellstorm. Should a big critter be facing the short edge of the long edge, or does it matter? In the old world, the facing of a base is important. So what I do is, if you are rebasing something, look at a picture of one. What model are you rebasing? Not making models for the old fantasy game. No, there's lots of companies that already do that. I'm not really wanting to like... I don't know if I want to make models. I want to make stuff to help make games better, rather than like making models yourself. I don't get why they can charge that for that print. It looks good, but like you say, it's pricey. Yeah, it's kind of an expensive printer, the CR10SE, but it's like it's one of those you can kind of like put on a shelf, send wireless prints to, and then ignore it. Chaos Dragon. Do I have a picture of a Chaos Dragon? I've got a picture of Chaos. I don't even remember a Chaos Dragon. I remember the Manticore. Does a Chaos Dragon have rules? I sent the last one in memes. All right, I'll have a look at the last one. Since you've been so good so far. Very good. Very good. I like it. Warriors of Chaos. Chaos Dragon. They do have a 60 by 100. So I imagine... I don't know if there's a picture of one, which is quite interesting. There's pictures of manticores, but not dragons. Just for reference. No dragon. Dragon needs balls. You know what I'm saying? What is also quite interesting is I don't know if it's just because they had them on square bases, but old Chaos Warriors and old Demon Prince. You know? Old Demon Prince as well. Cheers, Discourse. Have fun. So, Lord Gitface, if you're going to put a dragon, I think the safest bet is putting the head, the front of the model, towards the thinnest part of the base. I don't know if there is a picture of one, but there is a Chaos Dragon, and I would do that. So it's like to you, but I have the mind, if Judo doesn't sell it, it's fair game 3D print. No, I agree. I agree. If they don't make it, then that's fine. You know, as long as it's like representative, not a complete copy. I'm not bothered about getting into the miniatures game just now. I don't think. Maybe one day, but I'm not bothered about that. I want to get into stuff that like helps you play. Have you considered a multi-level completely indoor piece? Like make it 20 by 30 with layers, 4 or 5 inches tall, stackable, so you fight it from the ground floor to the top. That would be very sick. That'd be a very large project, but that does sound pretty sick, to be fair. Ionis makes a great conversion base, but there's also an old metal Chaos Dragon with 2 heads. That's cool. Yeah, I'd go for the short edge because that just makes the most sense. About to base my intercessors. Does it matter which way I base them? On the top. Is that what you're asking? Not the bottom, the top. I was thinking something like that could use Kill Team of Warcry inspired by the movie Dread. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Like, you know, like an indoor setting. It'd be very difficult to play, but you could definitely make like a campaign thing. I think Mini Wargaming did like a 2D side scroller type thing. Right? That was basically all indoors, but it was 2D. What else could you design to make games more fun? Well, the initial one is kind of like gaming accessories like I put out today. You know? The initial one is like gaming accessories put out today, like bases, base adapters, movement trays. They're like easy swings, you know. It did take me very long to design. Like easy to make, easy to produce, cheap to make, you know. But then it comes to gaming accessories like wound counters and stuff like that, measurement sticks, etc. Obviously, everyone's already doing them. Unique terrain to make your games more fun, more terrain type stuff, and then some other products, you know. If you've got any ideas, do let me know. But that's kind of like where my mind's at with like if I'm going to make stuff to sell, or if I'm going to make STLs. I don't just want to make another fucking knockoff Space Marine STL. You know, that's not what I'm interested in. Metal Chaos Dragon. Dragon Fantasy. I don't know if I remember a Metal Dragon. Is it this one? This one. Gal, I remember this one, the first of the Chaos Dragons. As if it's on a square base. I think GW should bring back Gorkamolka. They wouldn't need new models for a new rulebook. That's true. I remember that one. I remember seeing it at Warhammer World when the display was just one room upstairs. There's an older one. But that's the first. And I can't believe he's on a square base. What the fuck? That's so sick. Is that a 3D print? Surely that's a... I don't even know if it's incognito. What's wrong? Is that a 3D print? That looks way softer, but I can see the metal. That's so sick. Oh, man. Isn't that cool? I use Ionis Cryptbon. He might be too big. Might be a lot too big. I think it'd be better using a Storm Drake. Cryptbon's very cool. It's a Chaos Dragon. Don't get me wrong. But he's massive. He didn't balance. No, I don't think he did. Is that the old Chaos Dragon? Dragon Week. This one? What do you think will happen to Eldari? In what regard? As in the balanced data slate? Or the faction? Oh, look at that. So shit. That's so shit. Chaos Dragon would be 100 by 60. He's on 100 by 60. Yeah, I just looked. Yeah, the Chaos Dragon's on 100 by 60. That's why I said go for the short side base. Just to confirm. Gorby's Chaos Dragon. 60 by 100, yeah. From 7. What a fucker. What a motherfucker. Wood Elf Dragon was the best. Wood Elf Dragon was quite funny. Did Midwinter Minis do one with War Hatter? Like Hattie did one relatively recently. This is the one I always wanted, and looking at it now is so shit. I always wanted this one. That's why I started playing High Elves. I think it was iconic because it was like looked like it was flying because it was touching the rock. The original tactical rock was from Fantasy. That one's really cool though. I like that. The Ionis circle base is something like 100 by 20. 120 by 90, so I think it should fit. I think it'll fit on a base. I just think the model will be too big. I think it'll look out of proportion. That's what I'm saying. Maybe look at a Storm Drake instead. They're also a lot cheaper. Looks cool jumping off the rock. Yeah, this is what I always wanted. You to put a different rider on and paint it a different colour. You just have like a knight, a mage, and something else. Maggie's up late as fuck. Friday, bro. It's Friday, and you guys are hanging out, so I don't mind. And I also started a bit late. I wanted to talk about the old world and like learn how to play Tomb Kings, but maybe I'll do that next week. Now they have one. It's a sick model. That's why I wanted to play High Elves. That's why those pictures I tweeted from 12 years ago. 12 years ago. Look at it. That's why I started. That's why I bought this. Because I wanted the dragon. It was always too expensive. Azag the Slaughterer. Oh, the original one. Because I remember this one. I remember this bad boy. He was cool. And he was fine cast when I was playing. We did discuss Old World. We just talked about Scandal and not the rules. I've kind of danced around Old World. We haven't talked about Tomb Kings enough. Where's the original? Is that the original one? Was that by Darcy? Oh, great job, Darcy. That's sick. I like that. I'm going to like that post from a year ago. That's very cool. I've always wanted to see a version of As I Got a Cabbage. As I Got a Cabbage would be very funny. Yeah, I think the problem is with AOS models, you're going to look at very out of scale towards the old models. So, like, I'd just be aware of that if you're going to use proxies and stuff. If you are bothered, you might not be bothered. I'm just kind of saying that, like, I think Iona's cryptoboard is massive. He's, like, huge. Ripboard. Storm Drake. I wonder if you get a conversion. Like, a comparison, sorry. Maybe that's not a bad reference. If you look how big he is just standing on there, when you have like something like this, just way high up, you could drop that down. It'd probably fit a lot better, but... Remember Nagash in the end times, he was huge. Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. Like, don't get me wrong, using Ionis in fantasy is probably fine. I'm just saying he might be a bit big. I think Ionis is smaller than you think. Maybe. I think the wings make him look massive, to be fair. I think it'll be the Storm. It depends how you do the rider as well. Maybe if you drop the base down a little bit. I mean, eye up here is you won't interfere with anything he's basing. True, very true, very true. He's not like, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I thought he'd be a bit big. The Storm Drakes aren't quite as big. But maybe he's very similar size. So, at the end of the day, you can just tell me to fuck off and do it anyway. I'm just saying, in my opinion, IMO, I would have thought he was too big. But he's a very, very cool dragon. I can't wait to paint it. Just finding a reason to. That's the other problem when you become a Warhammer YouTuber like me. You end up painting stuff for videos rather than painting stuff for fun. I would love to paint the dragons. I just don't know when. I have like six Storm Drake and Ionis. And that's it. His Glotkin is a ground clear on end times. It can fit on a legal square base. I used to use a Glotkin as a ground clear when 4K, yeah. Oh, Paul, you. The thing is, Nick, is I'm chasing numbers. You're not. Always chasing numbers. That's my life. Chasing green arrows. Please, please, YouTube. Please care about my video. Give me a little green arrow. I will love you forever. What we got today? 8 out of 10 is dog shit video. Today's video doing very poor. God damn it. There's some funny comments though. You guys seem to like my first video on the old world. No one cared about my old world video today, but everyone liked the other one. What you need to play old world? A trash can where you put your money and lit them on fire because old world is just this. A trash can big scam where you sell 20-year-old models at 2023 price. Oh dear. Daniel, thanks so much for the 6 months, brother. Thank you for today's stream. It's well needed convo and you and George handled it very well. Well, I'm happy to be here, mate. I'm just doing my part, you know. I was having a natter about things that probably matter to a lot of people, and by probably I mean definitely. I just like doing my part, you know. I'm just saying that I don't like right-wing chuds, and I like it when there's more people to play. But thank you for the 6 months, bud. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the gifted as well. They just made a old world AOS scale. I think that's probably the plan, right? As much as he cancelled himself last week and said nothing about it, John made a good point today. in his video, John Ninjon, about putting like the Leech Priest and the Tomb King skeleton next to each other. They just don't look like the same game. Because the Leech Priest is very much modern scale, and then the skeleton is old crap scale. You know, it looks very weird. I said we could see official circle square conversion trace to GW, this studio separation thing makes no sense. No, I agree. But I make them, so sort yourself out, grab some. But I'm excited for the old world stuff. Again, our video's being edited right now by Josh. The Pickle Jar, he's editing the old world painting video. I'll give you a little spoiler because I'm really happy with them. I showed Discord the other day. I'll show you a single model. Just because I think they look cool. I'll show you one single model. Because we did a paint day where I, Pro, tried to paint all the Tomb King box in one day, whilst 3 people tried to paint the Bretonian box in one day, and we tried to see who did best. But I do have this is a leak, okay? Just I want to show you because I'm going to go soon. This is the first Tomb King skeleton I've painted in 15 years. I was super chuffed with it, mostly because 1, I painted it really quick, and 2, I really like these plants. These are by Gamers Grass, not sponsored. Bought these with money. They're like paper that you like fold and curl. It looks like you painted it 30 years ago. Quick shout out your grey name, mate. Don't make me ban you, okay? I love banning grey names. But you're a regular, so I'm kind of nice. But but like I love the plant and then the grass and stuff. I said buy Gamers Grass. I bought them from the local hobby store. There we go. But I'm like so happy with this. I think they look super cool. Love how I've done the basing as well. The bases look cool. The skeleton looks good. And very quick. Because I painted it all in one day. In the entire box in one day, chat. We all did. We painted both boxes in a single day. I can't leak much more. I want you to watch my video when it comes out. Okay. That's going to be very important. Graves are peasants, true. I just see the finished video. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Steve, thanks for the donation, bud. Is it going to tell me what it is, or is it going to read it out to me, or what? I'm going to take my time on video while that notification comes through. Why is it not playing? God damn it. Mikey, can you look at AOS Black Orc Boar Boys?
Mikey, can you look at the EOS Black Orc Boar Boys? Come in a pack of 3 for £50. Can you somehow compare the size to Savage's Orc Boar Boys? Please.
Are you on about pigs? Gorgrunters? Do you mean these, Stephen? I mean the queue? Why is there a queue? It's 11:15. What comes out tomorrow? Ah, the book comes out tomorrow, doesn't it? At the End of Death. Do you mean them? Gorgrunters. Because these are not Black Orcs. Why now? Probably preparing for it. Put it on the night before. Because people start queuing early. I think we need to stream to discuss the class divide and derogatory term in peasant. Cringe is directed at grey names. No, we don't. We just need to tell grey names are cringe. That's it. Yeah. Right, Steve, these are huge. These are like Outrider bases. What size are the ball boys? Because ball boys are little. These are massive. Shadowson, you are correct. You've never been gifted a membership. Someone gift Shadow a membership. He's been here for so long. They're black coats if they say that. No, that's not how it works. Ball boy. Ball boy. Ball boy. Ball boy. Ball boys look really good, by the way. Ball boys are on 30 by 60. They're not going to fit. They're still too big. Oh, you can't give me a gift. Give someone give Crypt Shadow a gift. What's going on? I don't know if there's an easy way to tell what's a pre-order on Saturdays. Does Wargaming release an article? Yeah, they release on the Sunday before, mate. Yeah, ball boys are on 30 by 60. And these are on massive bases. Yes, please. Temporarily unavailable. What base size are these on? 90 by 50s. And they fill that base big time. Can we get an overhead shot? Hey, Mandy, thanks for the gift. I really appreciate it. Everyone just moves up a lot. What do you mean everyone just moves up a lot?
Gifted member.
I'm trying to get, like, over the head. Can you not do that anymore? I want, like, a bit of an angle, but I want the top of the base.
Member.
If I can do it on Photoshop, but I can't. Gore Grunter top down. That's what I'm going to search. I don't got a Gore Grunter. I want the top down image of one. Surely they do that these days. That'll just have to be as good as we get. The website's so bad these days. Can I get one of this one? It says drag to rotate, but then it's not drag. Come on. Give me the top down. I hate this website so much. Right. We're just going to get a side on view. I was going to do this today, but then I forgot. I'm so forgetful, chat. Right. So we need this in millimeters. We'll do 90. Let's do 30. And then 90 mil is 120. Right? Well, that doesn't look right. That's going to be tiny. So the front and the back of his base needs to fit in those lines. I made my paper way too big. Right. Here we go. So that is 90 mil. As you can see, he fills that base. Okay. You want a rectangle. There's 60 mil. Right. Someone please explain to me, Stephen, how that fits there. It can stick out the front. It's going to fall over. It's going to fall over. You put the back foot on it. It's going to fall over. What's got to stop? Feel free to rewind it. You are 3 hours into a stream. Glue a penny to the bottom. No, stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. Right, let's put another one down. It's gonna go out here. Because of his tail. Come on, you're being silly. You're all being silly. It looks good to me. They're gonna have to like zigzag to fit. They're on 75 s 42. No, they're not. We just looked. Let me just look at 90 mil. Nick, what are you on about? I only need one as a character. One as a character, you'll be fine. The diagonal of a rectangle. What are you talking about? Are you saying stick them on at an angle? One you could probably get away with. If you're gonna run it, you can't run a unit of these. No, that'd be crazy. One you would probably... If it's just one, put it on a slightly bigger base. I thought you were on about like making a whole unit. If it's one, you'll be fine. Can you not buy board boys? I thought you could. Right? So he's making a character. They're joining Savage Orcs. They're making a character ball. Okay. You know some gaming mice come with weights. You can glue some of those under the base and even on the base and paint them like rocks being worked up over. I'm not stupid. All my Space Marines have 2 P's on the bottom. Yeah, it will fit. It will fit, Steve. At a push. Like, the feet will physically fit. You will be overhanging like a motherfucker, though. The point is I thought you were making a unit of them because you asked about 3 of them. So as soon as you want to rank them up, you can't. Let's put them diagonally. And get the giant balls as chariots. Okay. The big pigs. Big pig's very cool. I can't wait to paint mine. I want to redo... I'm like downsizing my AOS though. I'm going to go... Because I was going to do Ossiarch Bone Reapers, but now I've got Tomb Kings. I don't know if I want to. So I think I'm going to focus on Orcs, like Iron Jaws and Cruel Boys, Giants and Maggotkin. Because like I was going to do Ossiarch Bone Reapers, but now I've got Tomb Kings. Ossiarch Bone Reapers I always started doing because they were Tomb Kings. Yeah. The Boar army. It's a big pig army. It's just a big pig army. Look how they fill the bases, though. You know? As I said, I thought you were on about ranking them up. I was like, what are you on about, you psychopath? Yeah, 1 will be cool. 1 will be very cool. That Japanese guy, I have no idea, mate. No idea. I think my M5 has just made a noise. I'm glad Decknold corrected himself and said I was cooking. I only saw like a little bit of the Discord conversation in members. I'm just catching up. I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, Decno, you saying I was being shit in the chat. I should have banned people, and then I did. What do you think about Legacy Army BS? I spoke about it on Monday, bud. I think it's a bit rubbish. However, I understand why. I think it's to keep the brand separate. I think it's to keep the games very separate, but also a bit like ham-fisted to do with internal politics. Ultimately, it just means you're not going to get any models. Realistically, that's what you kind of have to think about it that way. I'd be interested to see the PDFs, because like even preview-wise, I've got no idea what's going on with them. I'd be interested to see the PDFs before I call out whether it's a good or bad idea. Falcon says Swordmasters are a good start. I started these 13 years ago. I love how I just unironically posted them and everyone's like, wow, great job. Bro, I was 18. No, 12 years ago. I was sorry for lying, chat. I do not have them anymore. There's a way to make it work, but that will cost time and money. Yeah, I just think if you just want to play Vampire Count, just do it. You know? Just do it. You'll have fun. The Savage Orcs and Black Orcs and whatever that AOS nonsense is. Some of the Black Orcs are topless and need tattoos. I think that the new Iron Jaws are really good. I think the new Black Orcs will work really nicely in Old World. I think they're just a nice rendition of the new ones, you know? I don't think any of this is getting updated apart from Arcane Journals for main factions. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think the only updates we'll see is more Arcane Journals and just expand the factions that they're focusing on. Which is what we can expect anyway. They're doomed to fail. Even if the PDFs are good, they're doomed to fail if they'll never get any updates as the game evolves. Like, I don't think anything will get updated. Like, they might do some like spell checks or like clarifications if they really need to, but I just don't think they will. Why would they? It's not going to be a competitive game. Anything that needs updating competitively will be done by the community. Now they'll deliver Kislev and Cathay in 3 years and will get updated. They'll do another round of rule books eventually. The PDFs aren't going to get updated, but what I'm saying is I don't think this will either. I think this will get FAQ'd, but I don't think it'll get an update. Will the community not update it all? Yeah, definitely. They made the fucking 9th age, you know? I think people I don't think the books will get like the index books, let's call them. What are these called? Army list. The army list won't change. I think there'll be FAQs to clarify what's going on with them, which there will be for the PDFs as well. But I don't think they'll get updated otherwise. Not for maybe like 3 years. The game will get updated in the same kind of time that Horus Heresy did. Yeah, exactly. And Horus Heresy not really had a change. That if you campaign books, you know. If you're playing Iron, like for example, if I was going to play Iron Hands and still take out the same book I would have took out 2 years ago. New units will come out in campaign books / arcane journals. Yeah, like Tomb Kings are a prime example of that. You know, Tomb Kings have three new units in here. You know, one of them's the Necro Serpent. That is just a unit without the riders, and they just went, yeah, that's a new unit now, you know? And also here, Tomb Guard Chariots. That's a new unit. All they did was replace the crew. That's a new unit now. Great, cool unit, but it's just nothing, you know what I mean? And they can do that in these little books. They go, here's a not Britannia, that's really really shit. Here's an Orc Arcane Journal. There's a couple of new units in there. They might actually be new models, or they might be just be like a slightly change of what they've already got, you know? Like build balls with no riders and just have units of balls, for example. Like a really shit example. And then they might release, I reckon they'll probably release new characters, new character models, and then release an Arcane Journal alongside of it. I think you'll probably see box sets for every faction. I'd be interested to see if they release a lot separately from the starter sets. Because if the starter sets are going to be like on the shelf all the time, why do they need to sell Skeleton Warriors separately, for example? You know? They could just go, well, the starter set's available, just buy that. And you get everything in it. You know? I'd be very interested to see if they release a lot separately at all, or they just go, here's a big box. Box sets I could see being the focus, more profit margin. Yeah, they sell loads of stuff at people. You know? I think that'd be fine. It'd be annoying if you want another 10 warriors. But... And maybe Chariot. Chariots probably need to be sold separately. It's a way to save shelf space as well. Hey Sean, how you doing, bud? Just tuned in. We're chatting about Old World now. We've had a few chats. We're talking about the future of Old World and what we expect. For the Old World models, play Orcs and Goblins, get into the good stuff. All that's not available is vanilla nonsense. Yeah, I did say in my video today, the best way to start playing Old World now is to buy OS models. Box set means bigger numbers in the monthly cookbook. Yeah, exactly. I think they should be releasing new factions probably every month or two. I think that would be good, because I think if they don't release anything for months on end, I think the game will just get very like, because what are they going to release next? Like, they obviously have plans to release more. What are they going to release first? Are they going to release more Tomb Kings? Are they going to release more Britannia? Are they going to release a new faction? Or a returning faction? You know, I think they need to go, here's a fuck ton of Space Marines and Britannians all at once. And then go, right, here's another faction next month. You know? I see so much chat about Old World. It looks cool, but it seems like not much support. I think there's a lot of hype for it. Like, a lot of nostalgia-driven hype. I am personally a bit concerned about the longevity of the hype. But I think the problem is that there's not much support. I just think they've just not managed the stock very well. So everyone's still a bit like, well, we've been waiting for this for years. You announced it years ago. We finally can buy it. Now we can't buy it. Because I think everyone's really excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I've really enjoyed building skeletons. Well, not building. I've really enjoyed painting skeletons. You know, I've had such a great time with it. I've been doing it every day, chat. You already saw that? Yeah, you saw that within like an hour, bud. You saw that within like the first hour. Like pretty much all of it. Like, all the starter sets, all of the books all sold out. I think if you go on the website now, let's see what you can buy right now. Let's have a nosy. I'm in the queue. I think it's bad that LVO has no old world emblem. No, there's no Old World being announced next week. Which is very weird. I'd say people only wanted Fantasy back because it got taken away, and people don't like having their toys taken away. No, I agree. No one was buying Fantasy. Excuse me. No one was buying Fantasy, which is why they stopped selling it. Let's all be honest. Shop the Old World. Let's go Kingdom of Britannia first. You can buy Pegasus. This is in Spain. I'm going to go to the UK. The Old World. The world that was. You can buy Pegasus Knights. That's it. Okay. Tomb Kings, baby. Tomb Kings you can buy. The Ravening Hordes book. the Arcane Journal, and Satire. And that's it. I might have to order Satire. Excuse me. I could order a Satire. Should I buy one, chat? I don't have one. I do really want one. I don't want fucking metal. I do really, really want one, though. I really, really want one. Okay. Old World. We've done core rules, army books. Can we buy anything else in the core rules? We can't buy the rule book. Okay. We can buy Ravening Hordes. And we can buy... oh, no, we can't buy Forces of Fantasy or the Britannia one. We can buy the 2 books. We can buy Setro. We can buy Pegasus Knights. And... we can buy... bases. That's it. I'll give you the money back if you buy it now. I am tempted. I am very tempted. I said the best thing you should do if you want to start playing Old World is go here. What faction are you playing? Lizard Men. Let's go. They're all there. Buy that. All of those models are going to be perfectly usable because they're all just updates of old kits, all the same one. You know, you won't have Raptidon Chargers, no. But you will have Saurus Warriors. You will be able to use most of this. Most of this you can use. You got a Slan. You got an Astralis Bearer. All of this you can use. A new Salamander. You can't use this, but I'm sure you can work it out with something else. All of this you can use in Age of Sigmar. Sorry, all of this you can use it. Oh, well, sorry. You can obviously use it in Age of Sigmar. Like 90% of this. He's still on a square base. They're not even hiding it. It comes with a square base on his sprue. Get on the Old Blood hype. Get on the Old Blood hype. Steven. Steve just sent me money. Steve just used my link to PayPal down in the description. Okay, I'm going to order Cetra. Let me order Cetra before he gets sold out. Be like Steve. Add to cart. Let's go, baby. Oh, chat. I'm going to have to build it on stream, aren't I? I'm going to have to build it on stream. Let me do my sign in. I'm just going to mute my mic a second. I forgot to unmute myself. I'm such an idiot. I forgot I left the Dragoons in cart for £1,000. 27 of them. Does anyone want to buy me 27 Sidonian Dragoons? No? Okay, I'll get them removed. I'll get them removed, shall I? I'll turn my mic off because I was typing passwords. But, yeah, a bit of an idiot. Bit of a silly Billy. Let me do this before I put my screen back on. It's got my address on and stuff. £3.50 postage. I need someone to donate £3.50. Chat, I'm doing it. I'm buying Cetra the Imperishable. Cetra the Imperishable. What a way to end the stream. Mikey worried the CIA are listening for his Warhammer passwords. No, but like I saw that thing like where people were like listening to people's keyboards and then guessing passwords. Just because how they type it. Let's go! Woo! You could have ordered it to store. I could have, but I didn't. I could have, but I didn't. Thank you, Stephen, for the donation of 35 to get me the sexually imperishable. And now I'm going to build that fucker again. It is the worst model to build ever. It's actually the worst model to build ever. And now I'm back in a fucking queue. Mikey's being says, well, not dox himself because he doesn't want more pizzas. No, I don't, to be honest. I keep getting random packages all the time anyway. Remind me, people sending me pizza. I've already eaten. I'm worried with the number of games GW is trying to juggle. I feel like I don't know which they'll drop. Makes me nervous about collecting Legion Imperialis. Yeah, but the whole point is to get loads of different people in, though, isn't it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can you pause? There's a video. You can't pause it. I've seen a guy on here. He's a famous actor. Not him. I saw him. The ginger guy. When they're all playing together. Wait. Not her. Not there. So this is in a second. Him. I'm sure he's a famous actor. Right? Make you want pizza? No, I don't want a pizza. I'm going to bed. Don't order anything to my house. I'm going to bed. I'm terrible for adding more models so I don't get charged for postage. Yeah, like that's the thing. That's the thing with Warhammer. It's like there's the postage isn't exactly expensive, but they definitely charge you for it. You know what I mean? I wonder if Setch the Imperishable's out of stock. He's not. Why does no one want Setch the Imperishable? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? Why is he not out of stock? He's so sick on the table as well. He's so good. Oh, I can't wait to put him on the table. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't wait. Setch the Imperishable. Commander Legion, he gains a Rise special rule. And he can do it in combat. He's a level 1 wizard. He does not kneel. He always issues challenges. He's always a general. The chariots have flaming attacks and magical attacks because he's on fucking fire, mate. He's on fire. He does My Will Be Done for everybody within 6. Because he has My Will Be Done. Which is not on this page, which is interesting. And he has the Blessed Blade of Pra, flaming attacks and the magical attacks at strength 6 -3. Oh, so good. So good. Name characters are cringe. This isn't 40k. Name characters are sick. I don't care. I want to ride that chariot everywhere. Right next to my dragon. Talk about inclusivity. Don't forget they dropped the only distinctly female model from Toon Kings. They did, which is annoying. That is annoying. I'm really good they dropped Neferata. I understand like timeline things, but it seems really weird. You know, it's such a great miniature. They could just put it out in metal like they did everything else. Is it all sold out in the US? I wonder. What's the US like? Or like Canada? Let's do Canada. I'm curious about like the popularity. Oh shit. You can get the Battle Standard Bearer and the book in Canada. Toon Kings, you can still get the War Sphinx and the box. Holy fuck, what's everyone complaining about? You can get everything. You can get the core set. And in French. That's crazy. As if they've still got them in stock. Wow. The rulebook's out of stock then. How you get a name right? Oh, Neferata's the vampire. I'm so stupid. Hi, Queen Khalida. I'm so stupid. Liam, it's late. It's midnight. Leave me alone. Don't bully me. Did you on the side? Can you see the dropped Commissar Rain? Yeah. Is that how you spell it? Is it not rain? Does it not? We'll do more results at least. Yeah, they're gone. Khalida's the only Tinking model I own. Give it to me. Give it to me. I had a fine cast one. I think it was one of the metal one. Severine is gone. There's only Severin Loth with the honor guard. I try the US. What can you buy in the US? Oh my god, I presume it's the same shipping, right? It's only the UK that sold everything out. You can buy everything in the US, bar Stalkers and Tomb Guard. You can't buy Satire. Yeah, it's just the UK that sold that then. How about Europe? Like Germany. Look at Germany. Yeah, it's Europe that sold out then. Interesting. My reply to you on Twitter was just a joke. I figured it. It's all good. All good. Americans love Cetra. Clearly, they don't love the starter box, which is also weird. Anyway, chat. It's 10 to midnight. I should probably go to bed. I should probably go to bed. It's been fun tonight, though. Obviously, we had to have like the bit of a hard conversation, but it was a good time to have it. I think the article by Wargaming was really, really good, and yeah, I think it's just one of those things that sometimes you just have a conversation about, and I think it was probably a good time for one. You know, I'm probably going to get hate for it. I did last time I mentioned Nazis on stream, but the last 2 times I mentioned Nazis on stream. We'll see. Don't let Barat beat you. Beat me in what? Only Canadians that play Old World or Mini Wargame, they got it for free. They had a GT the other week, like a tournament there, I'm sure. I'm sure they had a tournament like a couple of weeks ago. He just went live. You can outlast him. Why has he gone live?
Okay, you need to put it through the tax the right way. No, mate, it's been one of those days. So I'm like,
why is he live now?
Has
everyone seen this? The Old World build as well. It's very good.
I literally went there at 9 a.m. in the morning, drove there, didn't get back till 5, fell asleep at 5 like I'm a fucking old man. And
okay, so Filthy Layback's been asleep all day.
Like an hour ago.
Is that what he's saying?
Hellstorm, go to bed. You don't tell me what to do, right? You don't tell me what to do, right?
It's funny because I'm telling him not to stream and go to bed, and I'm currently live.
Oh, did it? Why are you not a member of my channel?
What did he say?
Right? What to do, right? You don't tell me what to do, right? I tell you what to do because you copy me. Oh, did it? Why are you not a member of my channel? What an absolute simp you are.
Right? He says I copy him.
To gift Hellstormwargaming a membership.
If I just got his tax bill.
25 added marbles to the giveaway. To the Deathwing giveaway. How about that? Taxes without reparations, Rack. Listen, right, I'm not throwing
he
shit
stole
in the
marbles off me,
Leave
by the
me
way,
alone.
chat.
I pay my way. Good day every day. Don't panic. I'm here today. Welcome, Dominic. Mate, how you doing? Right, can we get onto this? Because there's a brand new old world army builder.
I'm not even allowing
my
gifts.
friend sent me this, and
I'm not even allowing gifts.
I have no idea.
I'm not allowing gifts. Get fucked. Stream section Valor report you for live stream content. But yeah, you should check out the Old World Builder, which is it's very, very good actually. What's the website again? Is it just the Old World Builder? I think it is. The Old World Builder. Oldworldbuilder.com with dashes. It's very good actually. I was really impressed with it. I put my list together, well, the stuff I own together. Give everyone light armor, so now it's way too many points. It doesn't have magical items yet, but I think that's probably going to be added because it's still a beta. It is really good though. It is really, it's very easy to use. You know, just add a Necro Sphinx, give it Decapitated Strikes, choose its thing, done. I was excited for a while until no Dark Elves. There are Dark Elves in Legacy, just use them anyway, mate. I was gifted a channel membership. Who gifted me a channel membership? For fuck's sake, I've just been gifted a membership to Valrak's channel. I've just been gifted now. Who gifted to me? Who? I'm going to tell them off. Was it Tor? I realize his volume's really quite annoying saying.
Been too much for me today. Please, guys, I just want to laugh. I just want to go away from it all. It's been too much. Mackay's Kibbies, mate, thank you so much for your gifted membership. You're an absolute legend. And thank you, Zenny, for your super chat.
Memberships,
I'm sure he's not going to see that. He's just going to have everyone donate to him.
That super chat literally just cost a membership. Mackay's Kibbies, you absolute scammer.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching tonight. I'm going to call it a night there. We'll raid Valrak if I can. Does he have raids on? He might do. Redirect. He does have raids on. We'll go raid Valrak and say hi. Tell him. I'll tell him. I don't know. I'm too tired to think of anything. Crap build, I can't even see this game in you. It's only a week until the PDF comes out. Still no data. Yeah, the all world build is good. They just said don't gift this channel. It's cringe. Just spam that in chat with the typo in there as well. So I'm gonna call it a night. So thanks for hanging out. You are gonna get dropped off with Valrak, so go say hello. Send him my love. And it says I'm not live. I am live. There we go. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I will catch you Monday. All right, now, bye bye. Now, love you all. Bye.